You define your success. You define what success is to you. So go find the thing that challenges you from the inside out to go get it. And that's probably a goal they had for a long time is I want to build a foundation of a family that is strong at its core, based in us and our strong relationship and what they have there. And like, they might tell somebody that and they're like, yeah, but what'd you make at your job this year? Motherfucker, who's really happy?
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Q&A Friday, where me and maybe a guest answer your questions. If you have a question you want answered on this podcast, email roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody, and thanks for coming and listening to another Q&A Friday episode where we answer questions from you, the fans. Before we get into your questions, I want to let you guys know how you can support the podcast. I get this question a lot, and the best way is to fly the old flag. Now, this isn't a literal flag, even though those are available. I'm talking about shirts, cups, and more. You can head over to roughneckspodcast.com, grab yourself some Roughnecks gear, and show some support for the podcast. Use the promo code BOWL for 10% off your order. But let's dive in to your questions.
What a sweaty fucking moment.
All right, we're going to get it rolling.
Are we on? Did I just interrupt your intro?
I just start it usually and try and catch some stuff in the middle.
All right, go ahead.
But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. This is episode 180, which makes this Q&A number 10, I believe. Q&A Q&A number 10, and that joining me today is Team Sweaty, Dante and Jake. Dante, welcome back to a Q&A. Jake, welcome to a Q&A.
This is my introduction to one, man. I am honored to be here, and I'm happy to be part of one half of the Sweaty crew. Here for Q&A 10. That means I wasn't here for 9 of them, and you probably won't have me back for another.
Hey, we'll see. I think I don't know if there's been really any repeat guests on Q&As. It's just...
Besides me.
Have you done multiple Q&As?
Yeah, because...
you did like one of the first ones.
on Zoom, and then we had the one with Chicken.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're the only one that is done multiple Q&As. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure you're the only one.
But I feel like I won't break that streak because you won't want me back here or in your house probably.
How Q&As work are where we sit down and answer questions from you, the fans. These questions can be about literally anything and everything. I mean, me and Dante answered a chicken versus tiger question. It was something special, but
the best question I've ever answered, honestly.
Shout out Reno. He came up with that one, and I still think about it. We talked about it on our Hold My Beer even. Like, it still comes up pretty often. I never thought a chicken versus tiger question would. But how you can submit these questions is by going over to Roughnecks, at Roughnecks Podcast on Instagram. Message us. Also check the stories from time to time. I'll put the question box, and that's how you submit them. The other way to submit them is... Nope, it's in the water fountain. The other way to submit them is to send them over to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. But I got some questions for today. But to start this episode, Jake, you have to answer the chicken versus tiger question. You are in a fight to the death. Would you rather fight 10 tiger-sized chickens?
Oh, God.
No, it's 10 chicken-sized tigers or 1 tiger-sized chicken.
10 chicken-sized tigers or 1 tiger-sized chicken.
Yes.
Okay. Do I get weapons? Am I alone? Do I get teammates? Give me some details on what I'm holding.
Did we?
Here.
No teammates.
No teammates for sure.
One.
But did we talk about weapons? I feel like
we talked about
did.
if we had a baseball bat.
Yeah. We'll say you're allowed like 1 weapon, but it cannot be like a gun or anything.
Okay.
Or like a
Oh
knife.
my God, 1 weapon. I'll take like a tire iron or something. One handheld. I'll take like a tire iron, maybe something with brute force in there. Now, I'll tell you what, I don't think I could 1v1 a regular chicken just because they're so pecky. They're pecky as hell. And they're fast too, and I can't catch them. And in my brain, if that's the wrong answer and I'm going to jail for it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They heard you already.
I never stop for sirens.
It was weird. No, when we were on our way to go get food yesterday with Scott and Hannah, there was 5 cops parked down the road. And I was like, what the hell is going on? But
Lights on? Or they were
they had the road blocked down here.
Oh shit!
One of the road. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Like there was nobody else around or anything.
Were you in town yesterday, Dante?
Probably.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, to answer your question, I think I'd have to go with 10 chicken-sized tigers because if you really think about it, that's like a house cat.
Yes,
and, it's like low-key a house cat.
Like a kitten. That's not even that's literally like
that's a kitten. That's a kitten. One giant-sized chicken is pecking me through the neck with one swoop. And if I had a chance, it'd be the tiny little tigers.
Yeah,
but I'm getting fucked up.
Dante almost fucked that answer up, and then we looked up at how big tigers are, and we're like, imagine a 400-pound chicken.
Yeah, you would get a beak through your neck like
dude, I was so confident. I was so confident that I could beat the tiger-sized chicken. But yeah, then we did some research and definitely would.
I think I'm on the right side of that debate. If there was 10 chicken-sized tigers and I had a tire iron, I would literally go Tiger Woods on those tigers, and I could just take it like a 4-iron and just send them one by one.
That's what I said. I said I'd just start kicking. Like I'm launching them freaking things as far as I can. Something crazy's going on.
Fucking police chase.
Somebody's fighting a chicken-sized tiger.
That's what it would sound like, dude.
I'd have to go see that because I'm like, I want to see what it's like. I got to see.
Is that where these questions are going?
Honestly, before the question, speaking of fighting, did y'all see that?
Joey?
Oh no, that too is crazy. But Italy approved the Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk can fight in the Coliseum.
In the Coliseum, they want to do it straight gladiator.
Dude, that would be so sick.
I want to be the guy that's on the side, like when the guy gets beat up enough and he's like thumbs up, thumbs down. I want to decide whether it's enough. It's middle, they turn it. I love it.
It's always so dramatic too.
I want to do that. I want to be that guy.
All right, we'll go into the first question, which this is a question from Trey.
Okay,
and it is top 5, and I don't know how this question is going to go because no, that'd be cool. If Trey Young was asking questions, I'd be like, Trey, I have a question for you. When are you coming on the podcast? Yeah. All right, top 5 current running back ranking. Now, this is where he left it, and I don't know if this is like college, if this is football or NFL, like what he means by that. And I mean, he did put the current, so I'm assuming this is active players only.
I mean, I think we should probably just go NFL because, I mean, there's some dogs in college, but
I can't name them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just name the running back room for Ohio State.
Yeah, no shit. That's like all I know. But,
pretty much, yeah. So we want to go NFL current players.
NFL current running backs.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Can they be a bit of like should we try to do a general consensus? Like we all get down to like a 5 or we all go in top 5?
I think we each should just do a top 5 and then we can probably come to we can debate about it a little bit and then get a solid top 5.
Can they be a bit of a flex player? Like I know
feel like a flex word because
like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a running back. That's a running back technically, yeah.
Or Debo, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a running back.
Nice. All right. Who wants to go first here? There's a lot.
Should we do it like a
draft?
A draft, but like you can say the same one.
Yeah,
yeah. We'll go around.
I like your Christian McCaffrey one, so that's who I am going. I'm not going to go in an order. We don't need to give an order, just a 5 in general.
All right, bet.
So I'll go Christian McCaffrey with one of mine.
Najee Harris.
That Najee's a great pick. I don't know how no one said Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry is another good one.
I would even put him number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Gurley's definitely in the conversation. He kind of went down a little bit after his.
Yeah.
I just got shot.
Alrighty. Shit is going down out here in
fucking war zone, buddy.
No shit.
Coming to you live from fucking the Middle East during a deployment.
I didn't know we were in Columbus right now.
But you're okay. You just went 2, right?
Yeah. So I said Gurley, and I got McCaffrey as well.
So I'm gonna try not to say anyone else has said.
But
So I went Najee. I would probably say. Fuck. Someone say Debo already?
Oh, we brought him up, but he hasn't.
Is he technically a running back or is he technically a receiver?
Bro, he's technically the entire 49ers.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, I think he was a receiver before being a running back, right?
Yeah, but you've seen him hit those holes. He's quick. He's got good feet. He's got great hips. Yeah.
All right, I'll put Debo in there.
And for being undersized, the way he can just get through a gap is crazy. I think he deserves running back respect.
Yeah, he is a dog.
So
Damn, this is starting to get tough.
I know.
I don't watch I don't know the names like that, but can someone remind me the running back for the Eagles from this most recent season? Number 25.
LaShawn McCoy?
No, not Shady. If he was in the league, I'd put Shady up there. What's that guy's name? He can't be that good if I don't know his name, so piss off, Bubba. I'll go Jonathan Taylor from the Colts.
Oh, good one.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
one.
I forgot about him.
Yeah,
that is a good
think
one.
of that Eagles player's name by the time I hit 5. So
Ooh, I looked it up. All right,
Jason
so
Kelsey?
look at this cheater on his
no,
phone.
I looked up like names, and I'm gonna say them all out loud.
Okay.
And then we can pick from there.
Yeah,
and we are forgetting some really good ones. So we got
Should we restart the draft?
and we'll restart after this. So we got Derrick Henry, Zeke, Kamara, Chubb, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, James Conner, Mark Ingram, Miles Sanders. Is that who you were thinking of? Yep. Najee Harris, Kareem Hunt, David Montgomery.
God dang.
Fournette's still kicking in the league.
That's right.
Kenyon Drake, Singletary, Antonio Gibson, Tony Pollard, James Robinson, Jamal Williams, and Damian Harris. So, those are some names.
Yeah.
They definitely got some in there. So, and Christian McCaffrey was not one of those, but I'm still sticking with Christian McCaffrey. So, I'm just going to, off of those names, I'm going to list off my top 5, not in any order.
Right.
We'll just switch it. Yeah. So, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry.
Isn't it McCaffrey? Are you adding a T in there?
Is there? I don't know. I've always McCaffrey.
I think we went to school with the McCaffertys. I think it's McCaffrey.
Christian something.
I don't care.
Derrick Henry, Chubb.
I got one.
Barkley, and that 5th spot's hard.
Is
to
that
fill.
Charles Barkley?
No. Jesus Christ. And my 5th, I'm gonna give it to Kamara.
All right.
If you want to look at the list, there you go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna throw Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say Zeke, but I think I'll give it to Fudge. Bro, who was? No, he's a rookie and he got hurt last year, but he was supposed to be like a really good running back for Atlanta, I think.
Sounds like a bust.
Is that Tyler Algier? No, he didn't get hurt. Fuck, I don't know. Last one, I would say
Kyle Gibson.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
even though
Kyle Gibson is no longer a running back. That man plays DN now.
Has anyone picked him up yet?
Picked up who? Kyle Gibson?
Fucking Dalvin
Yeah,
Cook.
the military picked him up.
Oh, I think he's out there.
Because he wants to go to Miami, doesn't he?
I want to go to Miami.
Yeah, I'd go to Miami.
I want to go to Miami of Ohio. No, not really. Nobody wants to go there.
He deserves to be on a team. All right, here we go. I already said that I would go with Derrick Henry, right? Miles Sanders was in there for me. Jonathan Taylor making waves right there. I would have to say to throw somebody in the 4th just to kind of switch it up like slightly. I really, really like James Conner as a 3rd down back.
He is, yeah.
I like that a lot. And to really give you a twist here on number 5, somebody who has not hit the league, hasn't even put a cleat down yet, but is in the league, who I got a lot of faith in with a lot of potential, Bijan Robinson. I see that guy making waves this year, okay? Has he proved anything? No, not at all. He could be a total bust, but I'm throwing him at 5, not as a top, but because I want to give him a shout out.
It really sucks where like the running back market is right now.
They're like underappreciated.
Underappreciated? Yeah.
Well, like beat
him down, bro.
Look at like Zeke was a stud and then kind of went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I don't want to say downhill, but like just it wasn't as good production wise as he was in the past.
Yeah.
Kamara, same thing. Henry, you could argue that it was the same thing, even though like he still puts up numbers, but they're like, well, it's not as good as what he was doing.
Was he the rushing leader last year still?
I'm pretty sure, but it wasn't.
Dude,
like,
the Titans are fucking buns, bro.
like, look, they got fucking what? Ryan Tannehill is their quarterback,
dude. Yeah, I had him on fantasy, and he's fucking trash.
Well, it's just that pro style offense, man. It's hard to. There's no more super hard nosed, straight run the ball kind of people. So when you stand out because you're making plays happen. But they kind of just leave you in the holster, and it's like, when we need you, we'll take you out, and you can get us some kind of yards or something. Other than that, we're gonna let these freaking, I don't know, Daniel Jones throw the ball all over the place.
But when you have people, like when you have people like McCaffrey, like that's why he makes plays, because he's in the slot, he's catching out of the backfield, he's running the ball, like he's doing a kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
That flex style player, I feel like, is what's becoming more prominent in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't have the Derrick Henry type backs that are just going to run through you. They're just, it's more of, I want you to be able to catch the ball and get out in space.
I mean, shit, bro. Why don't they try to throw Derrick Henry in the slot, see what happens?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That
He
man probably
really
can't
catch
run a
shit.
route.
to say. He's so thick.
Imagine him running a route and having a freaking DB on him. The DB is going to be like, I'm walking. Because, I mean, he's fast, but like running a route, I feel like his routes are slow.
I mean, his waistline is probably 36 feet long. He's thicker than a Snicker, bro. I just don't see him having the kind of, open field cuts and agility to make the route tree look pretty. I don't think he'd be able to go out there. Maybe as like a decoy. I could see that.
Yeah.
Get him out there for a few. Oh, shit.
Or freaking run a fuck, what's it called? I can't even think of that.
Jet sweep?
No, not a jet sweep. A fucking where you literally screen straight, not to him, but to the receiver, and have that motherfucker run out at the corner.
Yeah, I would
lead
Derrick
blocker,
Henry
bro.
be- He can stop anything. That's crazy. That's a great idea. Cole Nixon, next offensive coordinator for the Titans.
Absolutely not.
Get him out there.
If I was maybe defense, I'll go coach defense, but not offense.
I'll clean their jock straps. That's about all I can do talent-wise for the team.
All right, next question. All right, next question is don't know. What is one thing most people don't know about you? Dante, I'm going to throw this one to you to start.
Oh, shit. What is one thing most people don't know about you? Oh, my God.
Do we know who asked this one? I would.
Um,
Yes?
Why
Why didn't you tell us sooner?
dude, this is actually a hard question.
I thought you were Italian.
So, like, that's the thing, too. Like, I obviously see all these questions, and Sarah was, like, asking me when she asked some questions. She's like, what are your answers? And I'm like, I don't think about them. Like, I
Right.
want, because, like, it's not fair to my guests for me to have all the answers to all the questions. So I'm like, I don't think about them. I literally just write them down and just try to forget about them. And, like, I just don't want to think about the answer.
I guess one like fun fact about me is like on my mom's side of the family, like way back, like up the family tree, where we were related to Elvis Presley through marriage, I think. Or maybe it's actually no, I think like one of my great grandmas or something was born a Presley. And then some shit. I don't know.
You know, I definitely would have never guessed that. But
Yeah.
that is cool to know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I get fucking royalties or anything, but it's cool. It's like I would love to do like one of those family tree things to actually like.
I've
trace
always
it
been
back.
curious, like what it, like, I don't know, like, but it's also somewhat scary. I don't think this is true for me, but I know somebody that knows somebody that did one of the family tree things, found out he was adopted through doing like that.
Oh shit!
And
His
he
parents never told him.
he was like 30 years old.
What? That's kind of fucked.
And he went
Yeah,
to him
that's
and they're
crazy.
like, yeah, like we couldn't have kids and we got you. And like, we just thought we would tell you and then just never ended up telling you. And it's like, how do you not tell me that? He found out he
Right.
had like 4 other siblings.
I mean, I understand not telling a kid, bro, but by the time you're an adult, like,
Once you get into like high school
You
or
know?
maybe just out of high school, like I feel like I don't know the
Yeah,
right
I mean,
time
yeah,
to
I
tell
don't know
somebody
either.
that. Like, hey, you're adopted, but like
Yeah.
to keep that a secret and to find out that way,
yeah,
that's
it's
tough.
kind of.
But what if you do that test and you find out your biological parents are way sicker than your real parents? You're like, oh, they're so much cooler. Why did you keep me from this? You're like, my real mom's Katy Perry. Why did you do this to me? You just hate your adopted
Yeah,
parents.
but then you
forever.
get it would be cool and you'd be like, well, I just stumbled into a lot of money at this point, so. But
But that's your fun fact is that you listen to Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
No,
No, but no, my grandpa.
That's crazy.
My grandpa said he still has like some letters, like I don't know. I mean, he was telling me like at my mom's birthday dinner about it, like how we're related, like up the family tree and stuff. And he said that either he does or someone in my family has like letters from Elvis still or some
Oh.
shit.
Do you think it's your family's fault that Elvis stole rock and roll from black people?
Maybe.
Because like if you're linked in like that, right? You never know.
I don't think there are any black people that far up the family tree, buddy. Honestly, I don't think there's any type of melanin all the way
You
up
never
there.
know, man. It can run deep.
Oh,
That shit
no.
runs deep. All right, what don't we know about you?
Oh,
Oh, about me.
Appreciate
That's a very good question. Because like I'm pretty open on the podcast about everything. So like I'm not. What did most people not know about me? I like to drink Busch Light.
oh, dude, no, you need another one. That's fucking. That's
It's tattooed on
they
your
can see that
Discord.
from. They see the Busch Light, like your little, like instead of the Batman symbol, it's like if you need coal, you just throw up a Busch Light hologram in the sky, bro, and it's
Yeah, I'll be there like, oh, Busch Light? No, we
You need a
help.
pool? You need a pool?
Shit. God damn it. I
That
thought there was
30
Busch Light here. Well, yeah, when you finish helping us, we'll get you a 30 rack of Busch Light. All right, deal.
Hero the city needs.
Dude, this is a great question.
This is because it makes you think about like,
Yeah,
what am I not telling people, I guess?
I'm not telling you my deepest darkest secrets. Never. I'm just kidding.
Ever.
I'm an open book. What do you want to know?
Jake, do you have something on top of your head to give me a second to think about it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
He
people don't know
likes
about me.
glute spreading.
I had hit a nasty glute spread, bro. Crazy one. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I'm not very open. I don't really have a super transparent, like,
Big into butt chugging.
form. I love a good butt chug. I enjoy a good butt chug. I don't have a very transparent like outlet like you do. So I mean, there's a lot going on, but I mean, yeah, you get interesting. There's like one time when I was 8 years old, I was sitting in my sister's bedroom, flipping a quarter up in the air, trying to see if I could guess it, heads or tails. And then one time, I thought that I could flip 3 quarters. Right, I would get one right. Oh, I get one. And I'd flip 2 quarters, see if I could guess 2. And then one time I was like, I'm gonna try to flip 3 quarters at once and guess the
Like
sequence.
stacked on top of each other on your thumb.
And then let them lay, and I thought I could guess like tails, heads, tails, do it in a row. But 3 quarters is a hard flick, bro. So I flicked it super hard, really high in the air. And you know, like when you flick something up, your eyes kind of gravitate towards it. My head gravitated towards it next. So next thing you know, I'm on my forehead's facing the ceiling. My jaw drops open because my neck has kind of leaned up this way. I see 2 quarters drop. Didn't see the third one. It fell right down my throat, and I choked on it and had to get rushed to the hospital and get it surgically taken out.
Surgically?
Yeah, I don't know if it was
Damn.
heads or tails, and to this day that upsets me because I think I got the other 2 right.
You should have asked them when they retrieved it. Hey, what was?
You're almost dead. What was I right?
Dude, that's insane. What the hell?
Yeah, I got 2 in a row right, and I shouldn't have gone for 3.
So it was like lodged in your throat.
Like literally, like looked up in the air. Next thing I know, took it right to the throat. Right, and then I just had to walk downstairs, and I looked at my mom and dad, did like a choke signal, like I'm choking. And then they called excuse me, a burp. They called 911, and they were like, see if he can swallow anything to see if it's totally lodged. So they gave me like a piece of bread, like probably the size of like an eraser, and I put it in my throat, and then just vomited up the bread, but not the quarter.
Oh my god.
So it was like just enough to get puke through, but not the quarter. So I had to go to the hospital, and they put me to sleep and slurped it out of my throat.
Dude, that's a good one. Holy
It's
shit.
interesting. My mom has the quarter in a plastic bag, and
No way.
Sweet.
it's like green.
Is it heads or tails?
To this day, I don't want to because I know I got it right. I would have got it if I
The
didn't.
funny thing is, before you started telling that story, like right as I kicked it to you, I remembered something that I actually did at your house.
I hate where this is going.
We were over there. It was like middle school, probably maybe freshman year, right in there.
1984.
Yep, something like that. And do you remember the time that I ate 2 dimes and a nickel?
Yeah.
Yep.
On purpose. Just like I bet I bet you won't do that. Gulp.
2 dimes and a nickel.
That's crazy.
Like they didn't get stuck in my throat, but I have no idea like what happens when you swallow coins.
I think they come out your ass as an ATM card.
So at one point I was worth 25 cents, literally.
Because you weren't man enough to swallow.
I'm about to just start eating my paychecks, and I'll be worth so much, dude.
No, your net worth would literally rise. Literally. That's amazing. I remember that though.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it until I every so often, we're like, man, I did eat some coins for no reason at all, but I just did it.
Do you think I had like something personal going on in my head that I wanted to see somebody else choke on change? So I told you to do it and didn't tell you about that story. And I was like, I want to see Cole choke. I need someone to go through what I went through.
But yeah, that I ate some coins. That's something people probably don't know about me. Definitely 99% of people probably don't know that about
That's
me.
crazy. I forgot about it. I barely knew about it till right now. I just remembered.
Dude, another thing, I guess when I was little, I used to eat dog food.
Don't you still do
I
that?
have ate a dog bone before, like one of those milk bones. Somebody, Alex Smith's dad, he was like, it was one of the like good sized one. He was like, you eat the whole thing. The only thing you get's water, and you're not allowed to like throw up or anything. And he had a big like jar full of change. He's like, you can have the whole jar.
Oh, shit.
And I was in like 6th grade, so I was like, fuck it, all right.
Oh, yeah.
And I ate the whole bone. But dude, eating
And then
dog
he ate
bone,
the change out the jar.
but eating those dog bones, like your mouth gets so dry. It's so dry. I don't even know why.
Dude, do you remember on the way to OD, or it might have been Muskingum or ODU for football camp? Jake ate that giant ass moth on the bus.
Oh, yeah, because we were about to be on like a
Yes, I do.
25-minute bus ride. And no, I did bring a water.
Dude, it was like the most like prehistoric looking moth. It was like perfectly preserved, flat, like on the ground, and we just found it was like, dude, it was like this big.
It was still alive, though, but it was like in shock when we picked it up. It wasn't moving. It was like the width of my face. And I didn't have a water because I forgot to bring a water because I figured we would get there. And someone's like, going to be like a half-hour bus ride. Get ready. And someone had a big old purple Gatorade. And I was like, bro, please let me get a sip of that. He's like, if you walk outside the bus and grab that moth and eat it, I'll give it to you. Guarantee. And I walked outside and just crunched that.
Bro, I honestly I miss those camps, bro. That shit
That
used to
was
be
a lot
so
of
fun.
fun. I remember like just being like, you felt like a college kid for a second because like you're staying in the dorm room.
Right.
The only thing that sucked about Muskingum is the fucking hills.
Oh, that was brutal.
Like
yeah.
ODU was, you just walk across the street, you're at the football stadium.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were brutal because like you had 3 practices a day, so it was rough. But I do also remember Muskingum. Dante, I think you'll remember this, especially. We had specialists. You left early for specialists, like you went to go long snap, because I think we were in the same room.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a little nap. I woke up, and this was the day that Corey Burgess, I think, or it was in Corey Burgess's helmet. They put icy hot in his helmet.
Oh,
You guys were running fucking sprints, like just dead sprints, like because until Sev basically said run until somebody.
did we
owns
ever
up to
find
it.
out who did that?
I don't think so.
It was
And
me.
I woke up from my nap and was like, "Fuck, practice has already started."
Oh.
I took off running down the hill. I fucking got there as the time you guys were walking off from sprints and walked into practice. Never heard anything about it. Never had to run sprints. Never got in trouble for being late. No one. I don't even think they'd realize that I was late.
Dude, we ran so much for that.
Until right now. Get him chopping, Cole. We got you, buddy. 100 up downs.
Yeah, that was. I was like, oh fuck. I don't know.
Y'all remember Morris had a little like convenience store?
We were trapping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trapping snacks at football camp.
It was in my room, bro. Be in the middle of the night, like he was selling baby powder, everything.
Such a money move. I don't know why I didn't do that.
Well, you remember when we went to OU basketball?
Dude,
Morris brought his PlayStation and he was playing kids for like $20 a game.
Yes.
He's
Some other teams?
other teams, our team. He played our coaches,
Yeah.
waxing them, bro. Making a fucking. He came home with like $200, I think. It's a crazy time.
And I'm always the kid that was just sitting in the dorm rooms with a dip in, like, tell me if coach is good. I always had a dip in every camp.
And then they had 2 kids. Each of them grabbed a mattress off the dorm beds and lined up on each side of a hallway. And everybody watched it, and they just sprinted at each other as fast as they could with the mattresses in front of them, like they
jousting.
Like they were jousting. And both kids just like heads through the mattresses, just smack and hit the floor after. And then I think we got in trouble.
OU camp was interesting.
Y'all played
fun.
a lot of, like, I remember y'all telling me about that.
Dude,
Y'all
we
played
played like 20 games in a weekend.
Oh,
In a weekend.
still, yeah, that's insane.
It's like being a college athlete without being able to drink or bitches. It's the worst.
Yes, it was.
That's the thing that nobody wants to do.
No.
We actually had to play sports.
Dude, I used to love basketball games. I wish our Like, can you imagine? Like, not saying that like our basketball team was like
We were
super
garbage.
shitty, but like, imagine if we just had a bunch of kids who could yam that shit. That shit would be so fun.
That's
bro.
why it was crazy. Like when Bobby dunked for the first time, and who knows the last time somebody's dunked at a walk-ins basketball game that
probably
was
Kevin
our
Crawford,
player.
bro.
Bro, doesn't that feel a little racist though? You got one black kid, he can dunk, and they would draw up plays like get the kid.
And then the senior year, Marcus Beeks was the other one who dunked. So
I remember being like them drawing up the plays like, okay, if we're ever down, we need a momentum booster. We're gonna get the black kid to dunk. So
And
we're
listen,
send him an alley oop.
I almost dunked one time. I just may have got goaltending because I grabbed the rim but forgot the ball. It was senior night, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going for it."
Offensive interference.
But there's really basketball schools that like everybody can dunk, and it's just like oops and like
Oh, like Bronny,
crazy. Yeah,
Bronny James,
literally.
like everyone on that team can dunk. That well, I guess he's graduating now,
he
right?
graduated. Yeah,
So now
He was
next year he's going to
USC.
USC.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, honestly.
I want him to go Ohio State, man.
I thought he was a dead set Ohio State.
But
He
man,
live
if
in
you-
California.
Yeah, he lives in California. Fucking the Lakers are in LA. Like USC, like it's perfect for him and like the family and shit. I don't think he'd want to. Who the hell actually wants to come back to Ohio?
I'm curious though, like what LeBron wanted him to do. Like, I'm sure he didn't like tell him like this is what you need to do.
Mhm.
I'm sure there was things he was telling him, but I'm curious like where, because LeBron always wanted to go to Ohio State, like that was his number one school that he said he was going to go to. But I'm curious what he thought, like what was Bronny's number one school.
I think NIL wise, California is the place to
Oh,
go.
I agree,
sick, you know?
especially since LeBron's already there.
Right.
It just works out way better.
And I'm pretty sure he has like the highest NIL valuation of any college athlete ever.
God,
Well, I mean, it just kind of just started.
The
but-
only other one that I could think that maybe would be able to compete with him is like Arch Manning.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so crazy, dude. They're making butter.
I
So
was
much
like,
money.
I was
Their
like,
chicken.
sometimes I'm like, man, I wish like NIL would have been a thing. But I was like, no one would have fucking wanted me. Like,
Yeah, I would have got sponsored by Buster's Corner Store. What do you
Yes.
mean?
Like, I wouldn't have got shit.
It's crazy. How long do you think they let Bronny just do his thing until they realize that he's not like league caliber player?
You don't think he is?
I don't think he's that great compared to who. You seen these kids coming up now? Like,
I think
if he
he's
wasn't-
gonna prove you wrong, man.
I hope so. That'd be fucking sick.
There's no
I
way
don't
you can
think
have
he's
James on the
LeBron.
back here jersey.
You think if he
Don't
wasn't
think he's
related?
LeBron
Yeah.
caliber.
Oh no! We're not saying.
What
he
about
can
the
do that.
youngest son, bro?
He does not get enough credit.
Oh,
He's
Bryce.
getting some credit now. I mean, now that like all the attention's on him now, like high school athlete wise, and dude, he's taller than Bronny, looks a lot like LeBron did when he was in high school.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think he's gonna be a dog.
Yeah, I bet you Bronny plays for the Shanghai Tigers in China. Nah, he's a good player, man. But there's a lot of talent around him, and I think that name takes him a long time. I hope he rises up to his potential and all that. But
Speaking of basketball, did you see Wemby's first fucking summer league game?
yeah, like
No.
9 points.
Dude,
like
he had
2
9
for 3
points.
for
Went
20.
he went 2 for 13 field goals, 1 for 6 from 3.
Who was it?
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, the number one. Everybody's like, oh, he's the greatest prospect since
Damn.
LeBron. Which, dude, he's probably going to be good. But
It is summer league. You know, he's
It's-
figuring it out.
yeah, it's summer league. He should be dropping 40 if he's
Okay, but look
yeah.
at what Kobe did when he came into the league.
Sucked.
Didn't
Really?
do shit. He was airballing.
I'm the biggest Kobe fan in the world, bro, and he started off really rough.
I mean, no, dude. I think he's going to be great. But like
His first points were on a free throw in the fourth. He didn't score it for the first 3 games. It took him
Damn.
like his 4th game. He hit a free throw to score.
He was literally airballing shots.
Mhm.
Like,
it just might be that. I mean, I'd be nervous too. First,
fuck.
Did you
First-
see what he said after the game?
he said, I didn't really know what I was doing out there.
What do you mean? What, are you tripping on ayahuasca?
What the hell you mean, bro? You're playing basketball. If you've been doing this shit since you're
God bless.
That scared me.
so if
I
you've
thought
been
I could
doing
shot again.
this shit since you were young, you should probably know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that. Did he mean like I wasn't sure of the flow of the game? It's a little different because it's in America.
I think it was probably like, hey, the lights were a little brighter than I expected. Like I kind of got lost in the sauce, and
Yeah.
I mean it's definitely different, bro.
When he first said it, I thought he meant I didn't know how hard we were supposed to play because it's summer league. He said I didn't know what I was doing out there. I thought he meant I didn't know if we were. I'm trying to put on a
Is
show.
this more
Is
of like a
this match?
scrimmage?
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I kind of thought he meant. Like, how hard was I supposed to play? Which I'd probably say too if I played like shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we were trying. I do that all the time.
That was actually a game.
I go again.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg, that shit. Hey, no,
Oh, yeah.
run it back.
Did you hear about that, Cole?
uh-uh.
Mark Zuckerberg was in a jiu-jitsu tournament in a championship match. he lost, and then he pretty much said, "I ain't losing this. Go again." Until he won, and then they gave him first place medal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Isn't that so fucked up, dude?
That's why Elon's putting him in a guillotine, choking him out raw.
Both of them, like, you look at their their figure and you're like, oh, Lord, they're about to fight each other. I mean, I think they match up well, but...
Dude, I was talking to Jake about this yesterday. They're both rich enough that they could just both build Iron Man suits and, like, battle that way. That'd be so sick.
so fucking...
Why won't they do that?
Dude, it'd be so sick.
That's the way they should do it. Take no damage and just Tony Stark.
Yeah. Fucking blast someone through the walls of the Coliseum, bro.
Fucking robot fight.
Crazy. Why wouldn't they do that?
Yep.
Alrighty, we're live.
All right, we're gonna go to the next question. This is a Reno question, so you know it's gonna be
here we
interesting.
go.
Costco. How long would you last if you were permanently stuck inside a Costco, no restock, utilities stay on, not allowed to build a garden?
No restock, so whatever's in there right now.
You just you get until the shit runs out.
Oh, dude, I guarantee I'm lasting at least like 10 years.
Oh, I was thinking more like 30.
I'm retiring there.
Really?
I think there's a lot of shit in there.
Well, dude, there's grills, there's meat,
This is true.
there's
You really,
vegetables. Like, dude,
you're about to eat some shit you've never ate before, but just to stay alive.
yeah,
I
like
think
there's
it's the quantity of inventory they have. I mean, how many people
But
shop
here's the
there? I
thing, though.
gotta
You
think-
have to eat some of it before it goes expired.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, they got freezers in there somewhere.
Right, but it's still... but then you get the freezer burn.
Yeah,
And
true.
shit. I don't know. I feel like you could definitely survive.
10 years might
For
be
a
kind
long
of
time.
realistic.
I feel like 10 years actually isn't a bad... bad
I
time
mean, I was low-key capping. I was gonna say a year at first, but like, there's so much
That's
shit
so
in there.
easy.
Yeah,
That's what I thought about a year. It was like...
A year's
when
too
you
easy.
said 10, I was like, well,
10 is right.
I'd say 5 to 10.
yeah.
Realistically, I'd probably make it about 9 months before I jumped off the top of one of those fucking shelves and just killed myself. Because
That's the thing. It would be the alone. Like,
It'd be
just
horrible.
being there by yourself and like,
yeah.
can I turn the music off? Do they have music in there? I don't
Dude,
know. Like,
imagine losing your Costco card while you're in there. They just you wouldn't be able to.
sir,
do
you're not
it.
allowed to touch this.
The owner of Costco would just show up and assassinate you. You don't have a membership. Get down.
Okay,
Damn,
but what's the first thing you're doing?
Jerking off in the meat section.
First thing I'm doing, I'm finding one of those fucking Bugatti electric scooters and ripping it around Costco.
That's true. Why wouldn't I?
That'd just be so fun.
Yeah, or like playing on one of those pre-made play sets that they have.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
No, but I think first thing, I'm lighting up the grill. I'm going to the fucking alcohol section, getting a
Oh, yeah.
30 rack of whatever the fuck they got, and I'm having a little grill out inside of Costco,
That'd be sick.
thinking about my life, and then after that, I'm like, well, what else do I find? What else do I do?
What
They
do
got TVs in there too. Shit.
Yeah.
They got PS5s there.
Oh my God, I'm there for a lifetime.
Dude, we're
Okay,
golden.
What, like, how long does it take you think before you start getting that alone factor of being by yourself?
Like a
where you
week.
start going nuts.
Like a week, dude.
Like at least 5 years. I really don't care. You got PS5? You got Wi-Fi? You're going online. What do you mean?
Oh,
Talking to the homies.
True. You could just have a whole gang.
PlayStation party every night.
What other Wi-Fi is?
I'm FaceTiming my girl on them free iPhones.
Well, if you figure out the password that a good Wi-Fi, you could get some good Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah,
Dude, Costco's are pretty electric.
Costco's like apocalypse bunkers, low key. You know, I think
They got
about
guns
it.
there?
Think
Oh,
so.
maybe the ones in the south.
They probably have some like airsoft guns.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah, if there's no guns in there. I don't know.
A Costco grill out would be sick.
Honestly, we need to do that. We just
Next video, grilling.
renting out a Costco.
I didn't even. Yeah, I mean, you literally would have everything you kind of need to survive for a good amount of time.
They got showers there, or are you just gonna stank it up? But they definitely probably don't have showers, right?
Probably not.
No, but they got the
got-
shit to build them.
Yeah, true, true.
Make your own.
Oh, they got hella baby wipes. You can have baby wipe baths. They got those big packs of baby wipes.
Fuck, my ass is wearing diapers, so I don't even have to get up.
Oh my
Fuck, the
god.
bathrooms all the way across the store. All right, put this pull up on.
How much food do you think they have based on what they have inventory? Think about the food court, the inventory wise. Like that's a couple years, maybe. I feel like.
Yeah, dude, you'll be golden for a minute.
No, that'd be beautiful.
Honestly, dude, that is a Mr. Beast type video to where, hey, I lived inside a Costco for 10 years.
Oh my God! Clip this when somebody does it. I hired one subscriber to live in a Costco for 10 years. We paid him $1 million to trip into psychosis and not talking to anybody. He already did that. He made somebody live in a house alone for 30 days.
I did see that.
Damn near Costco's neck.
That shit's honestly crazy.
Yeah, I would immediately fire up one of those Razor, those little Ford, what are they?
A little golf cart RCR thing.
Yeah, like a Razor. I would.
I'd have a track like
Yeah.
that. I'd like be moving like
Drifting through
to move these shelves.
It'd be sick. It'd be freaking ramping off a case of milk.
Dude, yeah, look how much fucking food. Just and like they have good options too.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to eat just straight chips.
You'd have good shit for a long
Yeah.
time, and then like I don't know. Food wise, I'm curious how long you could like if you ration, responsibly. I guess I wonder how long you could last in a Costco
Yeah.
food wise.
Even just based on the meat alone, you could go carnivore diet and at least last out the rest
Well,
of
and
the
like
year minimum.
the canned food, like that
Oh,
canned
yeah.
shit lasts for a lot
Right.
longer than most other stuff. So like that stuff would last.
True.
I mean, some of the shit the dates on it are like 12 years from now.
Yeah, you could eat all the food court stuff first.
yeah,
Then move into the preservables and then the cans. Oh my
damn,
God,
bro.
we gotta-
That is
we
a
gotta
good
run
ass
this.
question.
Fucking Reno, man. That's why every Q&A Friday I text
Does
him.
Reno
I'm
do
like,
drugs? these are some insightful
Reno.
questions.
I feel like this is Reno working nights. Like he just thinks about these random ass things at night. Like if you were at Costco, if I was at Costco, how long could I
Oh,
survive?
this is Reno living in a Costco. He's definitely doing this under our noses right now.
Dude, imagine they have that show Alone.
Yes.
What if they just dropped a Costco in the middle of the fucking forest? They're like, hey, if you make it to the Costco, you're
The
gonna.
problem is they run out of money because like they'd be like, shit, these people are lasting for forever. The production cost is getting up there.
Oh, dude, they would if there was an Alone episode and you had a Costco in the middle of the map. Oh my God, you're cool, dude. You're not leaving. Why would you leave?
Elon sponsor it.
Yeah. We need to get Elon on the Roughnecks podcast, man.
I need to have we'll get him to smoke some weed or something. Just like get on roads.
We need to get Elon an armbar.
You know, he got like scrutinized by the company and like shareholders for hitting that shit one time. They drug tested him for. I'm pretty sure they said they drug tested him for like a year, random drug
The
test.
motherfucker is in a legal state
Yeah, what?
that is allowed to do it, and you're on Rogan's podcast, and he barely did anything.
Yeah, I think it's more or less like, dude, do you know who has the power? Like, who has the money in this world? It's
Yeah.
the older folks.
Bro, when you're with Joe Rogan, there's no rules.
Dude, if I was with Joe Rogan, oh my God.
I'd be afraid to drink because I'm like I'd get too drunk. Like I'm with Rogan, so I'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Can we drink after the episode?"
I'd have him cook me up some elk, dude. That shit always looks so
DMT.
good.
You ever tried DMT? You ever hunted an elk?
You want some shrooms? I mean, shit, I've never done it, but I'll do it now.
Shit. Anything for Joe.
Seen the one crazy honey or whatever?
Uh-uh.
It's like a special kind of honey that bees make, or if you eat a certain amount of it, you like kind of have like a psychedelic kind of trip.
Oh, shit.
They just did it in the studio. He's like, "Want to try some?" Sure. I'll do a small. He was like, "I'll do a small spoon. I gotta do a show tonight."
You ever seen a Theo Vaughn when he's on with Theo Vaughn and Theo? They do the smelling salts,
Oh yeah.
and like Joe, he was like, "These things are like really potent." Like it was in a sealed bag, wasn't even opened yet, and Joe literally like put it up to his nose and was like, "Holy, like, wow!" And Theo Vaughn took it, and was like, he goes, "Can I get another hit of this?" And it's like, what?
He's so goofy.
I don't know why. I feel like everyone has such a crazy reaction to him. I feel like it just tickles my brain in the right way. You ever
I've-
rip smelling salts?
I've
Tony?
never done it.
No, come on, really?
Yeah, dude, you fucking made me rip smelling salts like 2 weekends ago, remember?
Oh yeah, I had them in my drawer, and you just.
Yeah, and I took the giantest whiff ever, and it like literally like gave me brain damage.
And those are like the baby ones too.
I don't. That shit
They
sucks.
hand those out on college campuses. So if you have too many Michelob Ultras and pass out, you can wake your buddy up. Those are the baby versions, bro.
Bro, fucking yeah. Cole, what do you think about this, bro? Imagine like in high school when we were like max squatting, bro. If you're like down on the squat and someone just like shoves smelling salts in your nose, do you think you'd stand up?
I'd either stand up or pass out.
There's only two options.
I'd probably stand up and then pass out.
Now, what if you got in the bottom of a squat, all the way at the bottom, and you were stuck for a second? Someone just stuck their finger up your butt.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely.
you
makes-
immediately-
No, I dropped the weight. I
Yeah.
dropped the weight. They're like, what the fuck are you doing?
You know, like kind of clench up a little bit. You like immediately shot up. Give me $5.95. I'm going to send that thing to the roof.
Hey, folks, that's the JP Fitness regiment right there. That's what he does to his clients.
If you need some extra weight on your PRs, I'm with you. Let's see what's good. Like salt up front, little squat plug in the back. Taking care of business.
Reno, I need you to answer. You still have yet to answer on your Reno's rant. Speak this is not a drinking episode, Donnie.
Not yet.
We still got to get that audio so I can just start clicking a button every time somebody opens a beer. But Reno, you got to answer the chicken versus tiger question first, and then I want you to answer this Costco question because you asked some unique questions that are very different, but I love them.
Reno's bored.
Book. Switching it up a little bit on this one. What book has impacted you the most? I know you're not a big reader. I think you read a little bit, but
dabbled.
Do you guys have a book that, or do you want to skip this question?
No, we can go. We can rip it. Because you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah. Honestly, the one that has impacted me the most, but I'm not going to use this as my answer because it's such a cliche answer, is Goggins Can't Hurt Me. I'm still in the middle of reading it, but
I got to start it.
That one definitely just sits there, makes you think about things a lot differently. I'd say the one that honestly did impact me the most was one that I didn't think would, but I had him on the podcast, and that's not why. I read the book because he was coming on the podcast, but it was the guy that lost his leg in combat. Mm-hmm. It's called Objective Secure, and it really did make me look at things in life a lot differently and how I should go about things. And he essentially his book is essentially a blueprint for life, in his opinion, and just some of the things that he thought, when you really want something, and this is similar to Goggins' approach, but he was writing the book. He's from Boston, big sports fan in Boston, of course, Patriots and everything else that are in there. Those sports fans are ridiculous. But when he was writing the book, he gave up watching football to focus on that. And it's that's, a little bit of an extreme example, but when you really want something, if you really want it, you have to be willing to give some things up for it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, that book, Objective Secure by Nick Lavery, definitely I think it impacted me the most.
You gonna go next, Jake?
I'll go. Book can be a series.
50 Shades of Grey.
You're telling me about it.
Magic Treehouse or whatever the hell it's called.
book series that impacted me the most. R.L. Stein's Goosebumps. Baby.
Oh, fuck.
Things that go bump in the night. That is a series that impacted me so much because it just burns your imagination so hard. It keeps you thinking and it keeps you creative and it just keeps your childlike mind alive a little bit. So when you're late elementary school, early middle school, and you're reading these creepy, weird stories that are interesting enough that it burns you a little bit inside, which you're like, is that real? Could that be real? What's this? And it just keeps your imagination fluctuating before you're like, I'm sitting there reading that while there's people next to me reading history books. And I'm like, that shit already happened. Who cares? This is fake. I want my brain to expand a little bit and just think about nonsense for a little bit. I love that. And then everybody grows up and your imagination just gets taken out back and shot like old Yeller. Yeah. I'm like, just keep it flowing. You got to bring some of that childlikeness into your adult life to have that creativity.
Have you read those recently?
Bro, no, not recently.
Oh.
I've touched every book in that series when I was a kid.
Damn.
Even the Choose Your Own Adventure ones. You remember those?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, you're walking down a hallway and a giant witch appears. Do you turn left or do you eat a peanut butter sandwich? If you turn left, go to page 57. If you eat a peanut butter sandwich, go to page 6. And you go to page 6, it's like, you died. Damn it.
Page 57. Page 57.
I would always cheat. Oh, I didn't think I want to swear. Those are 6.
So that is cool. That what I like about that is because I kind of gave somewhat of a cliche answer, and you gave an answer that people probably when they first heard you say it, they're probably like, "What the fuck?" And
what do you
went
mean?
into
That's not a joke, Jake.
The details of it. It's that's really good because imagination is creativity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to stay creative, that's one thing, especially in this world that we live in now. How many times do you scroll through Instagram and TikTok? You see the same type of video over and over again. Same sound. They do the same thing as the other person. They're just copying that other person.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to come up with the new things is starting to become, I don't want to say non-existent, but it's slowly starting to go away.
It's fizzling out for sure. There's things can be recreated and remastered and done a different way, but and your body kind of feels it when you see something so original.
Yeah.
Like, that is so unique. It's so original. That makes my gears turn a little bit. And that's why stuff like that'll stick with you from being in like your childhood. I mean, Goosebumps was like kind of low key like the first version of like a variety show before we were all really into television.
Yeah.
It was like pick up a version of it and you don't know what you're getting into. It's the same format of story and it just switches your mind up so hard because you don't know what's going to go on. You get that little picture on the front, a little preview of like the title maybe. Oh, I got to see what's going on here. Those books are sick.
Didn't they have a Goosebump like show too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that shit was, I used to rip that.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was a good one.
For me, I mean, I definitely don't read as much as I should. My favorite book of all time was Holes for some reason. I don't know.
That's a good book, though.
I love that book, man. The movie's pretty good too, but I don't know. The book is just like, I love the book. But I'd say like most recently, the book that most impacted me, Jake actually gave me this book, to read. It was Corey G's, like, I forget what it's called.
How to Build Confidence and Win at Life.
Yep. And it's like kind of just his life story, bro. And it just really made me realize that like you don't have to have the foundation set for you when you're born. You can build your own foundation and really like make something great of your life, because he had physically nothing. Mm-hmm. Fucking coal miner, like grinded to get to where he is, and now like I mean Max Effort and just Corey G and Dustin, they're all kind of like hometown heroes in a sense, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like being so close to us in Pataska and shit. It's just amazing to me, because I struggle with confidence sometimes, bro. And it's just like, I look at where I'm at now and I'm like, damn, man, like why can't I be here? But like that book really just showed me is like, hey, just keep working, man. Head down, like nose in the dirt, keep fucking working, and you'll get there. You just got to keep grinding. Don't give up. Keep chasing your dreams. And that book actually like got me to start reading more. So I think that is the book that like most impacted me, and it really just made me want to go like 45 times harder in the gym with JP Fitness, man.
But the thing too, I think a lot of people, like, we always think the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
Everybody always thinks that, like, why can't I be here? Like, why am I not here? But in reality, the grass is usually never greener on the other side. It's the same. Everybody's going through the same type of shit, just in a different aspect. Mm-hmm. So when you start to, because it's really easy to lose confidence when you start thinking of, why am I not where this person is? Why am I not here? But when you start to look at it as, you know what, I'm going in my own path, and this is the path I'm going to take. It may not be right, it may not be perfect, but I'm going to take this path, and it's going to get me to where everything I've worked for deserves to go. So that, I don't know, I like that, how to build confidence, because that is something that a lot of people struggle with, is confidence.
Yeah.
Not just girls. Girls struggle with it a lot, and I think guys struggle with it just as much. They just aren't as open about it as girls.
Yeah. And I mean, like all three of us are in kind of the same realm of like, we create content and we want to really blow up off of it. But like, you could easily just like quit, bro, because like you release, say, like our Hold My Beer episode. I'm sure like we could look at the views and be like, damn, man, like why is it not popping off? Or even like YouTube videos that Jake and I have released, like we spend, dude, like
you don't get the view. Oh, I understand. You don't get the views of the amount of time that you spend on it. You're like, I want people to appreciate this,
right? And
they don't the way that you want them to. But you also don't see. I quit looking at views. I quit paying. Like, I know I send you and Reno your monthly listenership, but I quit paying attention to it, and that's something I always type up in the email too. Like, just because it's like 12 views right now doesn't mean anything. Like, my highest performing episode, when I first looked at it after like a week, it had like 20 some views. And I was like, all right, it's not great, but it's okay. And then I looked at it like a month later, and it literally went to my number one episode. And I was like, what the hell happened? Like, it got this many views. How the hell did this? And it can change so quick. But the other thing I think that people don't realize, just because, and like Andy Frisella, I don't know if you guys know who Andy Frisella is, 75 Hard and First Form. Okay. But I listen to his podcast a lot because it's business aspects of things. But he talks about, like, his thing is like, if you get anything from the show, if it made you laugh, if it made you feel something, if you feel it's beneficial, share the show. He doesn't run ads at all. He just share the show. And it's like people don't share the show as much as they probably should. We don't see the reactions of people listening to our content to understand, like, oh, that actually did help somebody. We have no idea.
Right.
Which, if you're listening, in any content, if you find a content creator, or whether it's podcasts, videos, whatever, and you like their stuff and you really like their stuff and you keep following them, let them know. Because that is what really drives us to keep going, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like reassurance
Yes.
type shit. Like, I mean, of course, like every piece of content, I know, like, especially like really diving into the video content and Sweaty, like, dude, I love everything we put out. I love, like, Jake and I literally watch them like to ourselves. We're not making them for ourselves, but like we love it. And sometimes it just feels like, damn, man, like I hope other people love it. You know, it's like, but you should never release a video like, oh, I'm doing this for someone else. Like every video or every piece of content you put out, like make sure it's internal to you and you love it. And of course you want to impact someone's day with it, but it's also like, it's something fun for you. Like you started the Roughnecks podcast because you want to spread your words, spread your message, but you also enjoy it.
Yes.
So it's not like you do this just for your followers, you know? So it's like, you've got to find the balance between it. Of course you want to make everybody happy, but it has to be fun to you too.
It took me forever to quit paying attention to followers, quit paying attention to likes, quit paying attention to views. Like just do it because you love it.
Right.
And the one thing, I heard it one time and I was like, and it finally clicked with me, where I always say now, I don't care if 100 people listen to my episode or 4, as long as one person gets something from it, whether you're having a shitty day and it made you laugh, whether you actually gained some knowledge from it, whatever it is. I don't care what the episode does statistically, as long as one person got something from it, I'm good.
Right.
And I'll never know if every episode does that, but that's my whole thought in my head. That's why I kind of quit paying attention to the views, quit paying attention to all that shit, because I'm like, all that matters is you're trying to help other people. I'm not doing this for me. I enjoy it. It's cool because I get a lot of new connections and get to do patio recordings and shit like that. But it's just, I do it because I want to try and help other people, not for myself. And the also benefit is it does help myself because there's a lot of guests that I'm like, man, they say something. And that's the thing, is like there's one thing usually every episode that somebody says that I'm like, I remember that. Like it just sticks in my head.
It makes you grow as like a person too.
100%.
Just because, I mean, you talk to a lot of people that you like. It's not like your podcast is straight, hey, I'm only bringing on my friends, shit like that. You get a lot of
I'm sorry. I'll definitely cut that part out.
But you get a lot of like new faces, people that you probably don't know super well, and you get to really have an intimate conversation with them. And I feel like in today's day and age with social media, shit like that, there's not a lot of intimate conversations going on anymore. And that's really the spark to podcasting, or just like meeting new people, bro. It's amazing. And I'm not really great at meeting new people, but I think it'll get better.
Connections are everything, in my opinion. And you know that as well. Just like you could just be sitting somewhere wearing your shirt, somebody comes up like, hey, what's JP Fitness? And you're like, oh, I'm the guy that you really want to talk to. And
That's me.
You can...
I am JP Fitness.
Well, actually, technically, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's just connections are everything. It's something that took me a long time to learn. But when I got to college, and I shout out to Professor Flaherty. Steve Flaherty was my professor for entrepreneurship, and he was the one that I don't even think it wasn't directly, but like he brought in people that he knew in the business world, that people that were like one of the co-founders of Uber and started all these business type people. And I just started reaching out to like certain people, whether it was for the podcast or just to ask them a question. And you start to realize like most people answer back. So it's like they are like connections, just knowing people. Every person I meet, I don't count them out, and I do at certain points. There comes a point where I do count you out, but everybody's like a positive response. Like positive in the connection world because connections are everything, in my opinion.
And just people are people, man. Like, I feel like with social media, and I keep coming back to fucking social media, but it really, like, it makes you really glorify specific, like, certain people that, like, maybe have more of a following than you, or, like, and everybody's just people. Like, we are all people, and most people are very extremely nice, and they wouldn't mind talking to you, but it's, like, getting past the fact of, like, hey, I don't want to look like a fangirl, you know?
Well, that's like the thing. Technically, Logan Morrison is a competitor in a way.
Right.
Because he has a podcast, I have a podcast, I'm trying to get views, he's trying to get views. But what's to say we can't both get views? And when somebody like that asks me advice, I'm going to give you my advice. Yeah. I'm not going to, and that's how I'd say 90% of people are. They're going to give you the time of day, whether they're a competitor or just a, random person, like they're going to give you that advice and help you because it only helps them in the end as well.
What's up? Thank you guys for listening to today's episode, but I wanted to take a quick break to tell you guys about the best phone holder in golf. I am not lying when I tell you that these things are awesome. I got myself a regular one that I ended up giving to Reno. I now have the Patriot Aid phone caddy from Desert Fox Golf, and I could not be happier. It straps right onto the golf cart, holds my phone in the perfect location while I use my golf app. That is just going to tell me that I'm about to shank my next ball, but it is what it is. You guys can go check these out by going over to desertfoxgolf.com and use the promo code Roughnecks for 10% off your order. Let's get back to your questions.
Tattoos, new question. Tattoos, we all have tattoos. We've all got them in different places. So, I got one on my butthole. I mean, I'm just kidding.
Oh, brown starfish, baby.
It says boobs.
How many people have seen that one?
There's nobody. Sierra?
You tattoo artist, that's it.
Tattoos. This is another Trey question. Where is the most painful spot you got a tattoo? So I only have 3, so I'll start this off. And my most painful, my shoulders were easy. Those were easy. I got this one on my inside of my arm, on my bicep. The only thing that sucked is like with the closer you get to your armpit, that's where you start to get a little more pain. But that was the most painful spot I've got a tattoo is definitely on the inside of my bicep, closer to my armpit.
I have one like in my armpit.
Dante?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I would say,
God damn it.
I don't know, because all my tattoos were like long, like some were longer than others. Like it gets to a point where like your skin's getting beat up so much. Like this half sleeve was all one session, and that like towards the end it sucked, dude, because my skin was just swollen, welded, and he still had the shade. But I think the wrist, and this was the quickest tattoo ever, but I think the wrist was probably my most painful, or the inside of the bicep. But this was my first tattoo, so I don't remember. I mean, I remember getting it, but I don't remember how it felt.
The shading, I feel like, is what hurts the worst.
Dude, shading sucks, bro.
Because
shading sucks.
My shoulders, like, they weren't bad on the outline, and then he started shading, and I was like, damn, like.
They really got to dig it into your skin, man. And it's
I
like
had
not a lot of.
So I got both of my shoulder tattoos done at the same time. So I got the one done, and I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, fuck, I have another one. But still, the inside of the bicep by the armpit was what hurt the most for me.
Y'all don't want to hear my opinion on this.
Oh, none of them hurt.
Listen, bro.
I'm a tank.
Everyone has different like feelings about it. Like there's some big bad motherfuckers that are like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. Listen, I just want to put this statement out there. If you out there using numbing cream, or all you do is sit down in a chair and bitch to your artist about how bad it hurts, don't get tattoos.
Exactly.
Don't get.
I never said a word. I was just thinking this stuff in
Yeah.
my head. I never said a word to anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sit like a rock, bro. He
That's
even told me
fine.
that with this thigh tat. He was like, "Hey, man, there's a certain place on your leg that when I start tattooing it, you're probably gonna like your leg's gonna kick. Like you know how that
Like the reflex
Yeah.
or whatever.
and like he started to get to like close to my knee, and I was just sitting there. He's like, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't kick or nothing." And I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm a tank."
I think they feel good. I loved every one I got, and I was never like,
You
"Ugh."
don't have any.
So there's none that you felt any pain on.
Nah, my favorite one was on my elbow, right on top of the.
You're capping, bro.
All right, Trey asked this question. He was there for every one that I got, and we just sat there and had a grand time. I love the way they.
You're shitting on Trey for using numbing cream.
I don't think he ever did.
Yeah,
Also sitting
Oh.
there.
like Trey Powerhouses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like he definitely did.
He just took it on the arm raw and passed out.
But I'm pretty sure also like having, I feel
I'll
like
say
having
that.
somebody else or somebody to talk to
Oh, yeah.
makes you forget. Because like that's why like my artist that I went to, he would sit there and like talk to you about things, and he also did all of my brothers and did all of my sisters. Like I knew him a little bit, so like he'd just be asking questions and I'd be telling him. But it's like having like you kind of just block that shit out.
Mhm.
It's in my opinion, a tattoo is a painful with quotes. It's not like painful, but like it's a tickling, painful sensation. Like
No, it's some sadistic, weird, like cynical. Like I love the way. This
Yeah, I
feels.
mean, like once the first time they poke you, you're like, oh shit, okay. And then once they get going, your body kind of obviously like the human body's amazing. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, this still sucks, but like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I
It's
love-
really not.
I just love them. I just want one on my neck.
Dude, you probably haven't gotten a tat in a minute.
It's been a couple
Fuck.
years.
Bro, let me give you a face tat.
it's
Pretty
been a
sick.
lot longer for me. I haven't got a tattoo since college.
Damn.
Like freshman year of college.
You
I
said
got
you want to
these.
like sleeve it up though, right?
I want to get a sleeve on this arm and then probably a half sleeve on this arm.
You should, man.
I'm going to. Just,
Tattoos are expensive, folks.
that's I look at that. That's the aspect I look at is money wise. Tattoos not number one on my priority. College loans are number one on my priority.
Dude, I told my mom how much I paid for this one here, and fucking, she was like, "Well, hey, at least you got something to show for it." Because, like, dude, I be going to the bar sometimes, spending like way too much money on shots and shit. She's like, "Hey, at least you have something to show for it." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, the bar, all I got is the hangover." So,
When I went and got dinner, so when I played volleyball on Friday, I spent $70 in alcohol, just drinking, hanging out. There's an unwritten rule that we play by, and it is if it's match point, it's like you're about to win, and you serve it out or into the net, you have to buy shots for the whole team.
damn,
I did that
I did that.
twice. So I had to buy shots twice.
2 rounds of shots. What were you all shooting? What'd you get?
Fireball.
Oh,
I made Sierra's sister, who doesn't drink much, take shots because I was like, Brian, Fireball good? He's like, yeah, that works. I was like, Jacob, Fireball good? He's like, yep, that works. So I was like, Lexi, you don't have a choice. Because she doesn't drink much, and she would have told me no, and I would have just been like, no, that you got to take a shot. I also got her hit in the face by accident.
Oh,
Because Friday fours are like very competitive at times, and like people hit the shit out of the ball. Somebody hit it, and I like went to stick my hand up to try and like put it up, and I just was a little slow, so I just knocked it. I know who that is. I knocked it up just enough, and she was already going down to try and get it.
Oh.
And it went and hit her square in the fucking
Damn.
face, like right in the nose. And I was like, I feel so bad right
I'll hit a
now.
woman.
bro. Speaking of fucking the volleyball tournament, bro, Liv and I were talking about this today. There's some good teams, right?
You have a combination.
Yeah, the sweaty team.
Because I'm telling, like, we're not gonna have any team chemistry, but we're gonna come out there and we're gonna compete.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. So most of the teams, some of them have played together, but not the whole team has played together.
Okay,
like
cool.
so everybody's going to kind of be off a little bit chemistry wise. You are going to have a few teams which this comes out after the volleyball tournament.
Oh, okay.
FYI, Scott was talking shit about you last night.
Was he? Did he listen to our Hold My Beer? And I was
No, I told him about how you said that you guys were going to kick his ass or something like that.
we're burying Scott. Scott, we're burying you, and this is coming out after the
he has an all-state setter. We're going to see how this ages because.
fuck. It could be all nation. We're burying you, Scott.
But also, Reno said he's planning on winning the whole thing because last night also Scott. was-
Reno, you're toast too, buddy.
I'm putting Wilson across his forehead.
Which also, FYI, volleyballs are really expensive.
Yeah, they are.
I did
Footballs
not
are
realize. So
expensive, dude.
freaking, I was talking to Jacob, and he was talking about. He was like, he gets pissed that people like hit him on the concrete really hard and stuff because they get the knots in them, and just it's really easy to get a knot in a volleyball. And he was like, those things are like $120 a piece.
No way.
120. It's
Something
like
like that.
professional.
Yeah,
grade.
what? Volleyballs? What the?
Well,
what?
they get good volleyballs because it's a league.
Yeah, true.
So, and I mean, he has 2 bags of them because he has the
120
Wednesday
apiece.
bag is like the shitty balls. there's some good balls in there, but there's not very many good balls.
Bro,
The Thursday
120.
bag is like, because that's a competitive league. Those are the really good balls.
Did you have to buy all the volleyballs for the tournament?
No.
Oh, they're
He's
providing them?
supplying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, if I'm paying 120 for a volleyball, the whole entire Wisconsin women's team better touch that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's crazy. That's a crazy price.
Apart from
I just got assassinated.
Fireworks.
Only the 10th of July, baby, or something. Good work.
People were setting off fireworks last night. I was sitting out here by the fire smoking a cigar, and I was like, what the fuck? It's July fucking 9th or 8th or whatever the fuck it is.
They got them on a discount.
Yeah.
We have our July 4th party on the 20th, and we get a discount on fireworks.
90% off.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not a terrible idea
It's
now
really
that you're
not.
saying it. Because going to Phantom Fireworks,
Dude, they probably have a fucking clearance sale, and you'd go in there, drop $50, and come out with fucking boom package.
yes.
I celebrate America 365, bro. I'll meet y'all in a month.
Yeah.
Discounted work.
All right. Next one is eat, and this is from Sierra.
Okay.
If you could eat one thing the rest of your life, what would it be? And she said, I was hungry when I made this question. So that's kind of why it came up.
Only one thing, and
Yeah.
then does it mean I can do a variety of things? Like if I say tacos, can it be fish tacos, chicken tacos, steak tacos?
See, that's what I was thinking. Because like my mind went to pizza, but I was like, I could make a lot of different styles of pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make stromboli with pizza. You can make fucking.
I feel like you have to stick with like
Oh,
one
alright.
type of thing, but you could change like the toppings.
Shit,
essentially.
I bet.
So I feel like tacos works.
I would have to go cheat like a burger then. Some kind of burger. You got meat, you got bread, you got veggies, you got condiments. You could flip it up any way you want. I'll put some crazy stuff on a burger. I'll do a breakfast burger. Put an egg on a burger.
Ooh.
Those are good.
I know,
Those
I'll
are
go
fucking
crazy.
amazing.
You can't
Very
miss
good.
with a burger. There's pizza burgers. There's breakfast burgers. There's taco burgers.
There's everything.
There's that. I gotta go burger.
Dude.
I got every variation. of
Nah,
burger.
I need you to go. Nah, dude, because that's not the question. There's no way.
That's too easy.
I know. I mean, I feel like we could say fucking like. Oh, I don't know what I was about to say. But I'm just
All right.
like,
Yeah,
if you could eat one.
He can say burgers. I feel like
I have to pick a kind.
no, but like it has to be like one type of burger. You can change the toppings and condiments.
Yeah, because it's like one thing for the rest of your life. If you're just saying burgers, I feel like if you're getting a pizza burger and egg burger, that's hella different things.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just asking questions.
But,
G.
no, but that is a good answer though. Shit, we can keep it. We can keep it. All
I
right.
love a good variety of burgers.
I had a nice ass burger yesterday, bro.
From
Went to Bud Dairy, and you know
Ooh.
that alphabetical place,
uh-huh.
the comfort food, bro. They got this. Their fries, they got this garlic aioli sauce, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So good, and their burgers, best
Garlic
burger, in,
ale. Oh, that
best
sounds
burgers
good.
in Columbus. They were voted best burgers in Columbus, bro. It's slap. We got to try it next time you
Ooh.
go to Bud Dairy.
Best burgers in Columbus are on my grill out the back.
You know what you guys need to do as a sweaty episode? You've seen Elf, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You know where he walks in, it said world's best cup of coffee.
yeah.
You guys need to do an episode where you just go around Columbus where it says like voted this, and
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
congratulations, good job.
Great. Great review. We gotta do the Thurman challenge.
We're thinking about starting like gym reviews. Like we go to a bunch of different gyms
That'd
in
be cool.
Columbus.
Actually, yeah, that's a good. That'd be a good aspect to sweaty.
We give
I
them
like
like a
that.
sweaty rating.
Yes, I like it.
5 out of 5 sweat drops.
Yeah. How sweaty did you get here?
Only
I'll
if you
fucking
guys
sweaty, buddy.
get the connection to go to like Jocko's home gym.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That would be sick. We got to review.
You guys would
Apex, too.
die. I'd die.
A trillion
You'd
burpees.
be okay.
God, fucking one burpee, I'm done.
But
That
the
man's
fact
different.
That motherfucker, like he sent like post pictures of his sweat stain on the floor, and it's like, good lord,
I
I
love
can't
it.
even imagine what he's doing if he's sweating that
Oh,
much.
he does a lot of functional training though. A lot of like Metcon style stuff, like kettlebells,
That dude's
CrossFit
like
style.
50 years old now, isn't
Yeah,
he?
that's some different stuff, man. That's definitely not how we train. So that would be a warm welcome and a hard kick in the ass on the way out the door.
Have you ever done jujitsu?
No.
I
Well,
want
I mean,
to.
like I've rolled like practically with people who know. But I've never actually got in, trained, saw the mats and
I
everything.
want to do jujitsu.
That would be no. It's a good like.
There's a place in Newark, 10th Planet.
Really?
10th Planet is.
It's good for like self defense
Yep.
too, bro.
I
Like if
just-
someone
I've
like
always
charges you, just fucking guillotine. What's up? Choke them out, bro.
I've always just been like, I'm scared to like, because I've heard stories of like, you do have those people that are fucking dumbasses and going way too hard. And like, I don't want to fuck up like my knees,
Just break your
my
arm.
elbows are
break your
fucked
arm.
up as an arm.
Well, the early stuff, it's like no knee bars, no leg locks, stuff like that. Like they try to reduce that as much as they can because there was a lot of that happening.
Dude,
There's a Immortal gym up in
Yes.
Polaris. It's like 3 minutes from my house. That's Matt Brown's gym, bro.
Yep.
They have open rolls at like 11 during the week. We should all find a day that we can just go in there and get it.
Sweaty episode.
Yeah.
We tried jujitsu with Matt Brown.
Yeah, he beats our ass.
Like we want to go 110%. Like I want him to actually like fuck me up.
Oh, so you want to die?
I don't want to die, but he can
You
choke
literally
me out.
won't last like 10 seconds.
Dude, no, I think I could hold my own for at least 5.
At least 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you wrestled, so you have a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Jiu-jitsu is like a whole different planet.
No, it is.
Till he pulls guard on you, hits you. Oh my god, terrifying. I think we should all try it.
We should.
That'd be sick.
I'm down to get into jiu-jitsu.
You have to learn how to say it first.
Yeah. I'm learning jiu-jitsu.
That's crazy.
What's the one thing you would eat for the rest of your life, Cole? Venison?
Deer jerky. Very sick.
And it was funny. So Sierra asked me, she's like, just tell me the answer because like that's a simple one. And I was like, honestly, the thing that comes to mind is steak. Like, I could probably go on a carnivore diet
Jiu-jitsu diet.
and do it. But I don't know, steak. And she was like, deer or regular? And I was like, I'd probably just go regular.
You can
Because
do both. You can mix it up.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
If I could do like any elk steak,
Because
like
then you can do
Couldn't you
different
just say
cuts, too.
cow and literally have so many different types of meat?
I'm only eating cow. I'm eating beef. I'm eating steak tips. I'm eating chuck roast.
man,
I'm eating.
I'll fucking make deer steaks tonight.
Ooh,
You got some?
I do. Oh, of
Damn.
course.
That's fire.
Buddy, I tried to
like
shoot a
that.
deer a year, so I
All right.
usually keep them in the deep freezer.
If steak is your option, though, you got to give us your top 3 cuts.
I don't have a top 3.
What?
I
Whatever
like,
fits
when
on the
it comes-
plate.
Well, like I don't cook personally, like grill a lot of like regular steak, like beef steaks
Okay.
very often. Deer steaks, like what I do, and the back straps of a deer are probably my favorite.
What's that? It's ass. What's a backstrap?
Up by it, literally its back, like by its
Ah,
spine.
sick.
It's lats, man.
They
Yeah, it's
you just
nice
cut them up into like they're like this big, and you just cut them up and just they're amazing.
The backstrap.
Dude, it's
I
crazy.
can't cook them like my dad does though. Like my dad, when he, he's been doing his whole life. I asked him the one time he came over, I was like, "All right, what the fuck do you do with your deer steaks? Because mine did not turn out the way that yours did. So what do I have to do?" And he was like, "You just learn." And I'm like,
Yeah, I was about to say.
"Thanks, Dad. That helps a lot."
What if he was like buying from the store and get these from Kroger for the last 30 years?
Bro, venison
No,
is
dude, my
actually
parents,
really
like
good.
my mom said she relied on my dad because like they struggled for money a little bit when we had 4 kids in the house. My mom worked part time. My dad worked his ass off, but mom stayed home, tried to take care of the kids as much as possible. And my mom said she's like, I relied on your dad shooting 1 to 2 deer a year
That's fucking gangster.
because that's what kind of gave us that meat for the year, especially. And so, like, that's why, like, I'm pissed because I'm like, fuck, my dad used to shoot a deer a year, and my ass can only get maybe 1 a year and
Yeah.
1 every 2 years.
That's sick, bro. Imagine they were all at the dinner table, like, when's it gonna be ready? They're like, Cole, set the tables. Dad's outside with a compound bow, just waiting on it.
Yeah.
It'll be here in 30, boys. That's the sickest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
We're hungry. Oh, I'll be right
Fresh,
back. Be right back.
fresh steak, like within a week of the deer being killed, is by far the best deer steak I've ever had.
That's sick.
It's
That is
weird.
sick.
I don't even know why, but like, oh, I've had a few of those.
Your dad only hunts behind your house?
He hunts out of my sister's now.
Oh,
where I hunt
okay.
now, too.
Okay.
But the biggest buck he ever killed was behind the house.
Damn. Yeah, because I know Alex and like Nick used to.
That was before them.
Oh, before they moved in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, the biggest buck my dad shot was behind the house. And I mean, it's
Monster.
a really good deer.
Well, how big?
It was an 8 or 9 point. Damn. But
Is that the
Oh.
one that was hanging over your bed growing up?
no,
The one you used to put
I used to
lipstick on?
fucking hate it. So like all the deer used to hang in the office, by the bathroom, and I remember like walking to the bathroom as a kid, and I'm staring at a fucking deer, like mount that I'm like, this fucking thing's gonna eat me or come alive or something. It's
I
like as a
know.
kid, I'd like freak out.
Dude, no, them fuckers like those their eyes kind of follow you across the room too. It's weird.
Yeah, like every direction you look at it, you're like, it's still looking at me.
swear. I seen some mounts. I thought I saw one drooling one time. Sometimes they're ready to come back and buck you.
I want to make some cool mounts.
I think the coolest mount that I've seen is honestly in Alex's house, bro. They got a deer before it rubbed,
Yes.
and it has like all the fur on. That shit's so sick.
Wasn't that a doe?
Oh, it was a
pretty
doe
sure
with
because
doe with
or
antlers.
Maybe it wasn't a doe. I think he shot a doe with
Trans
antlers,
deer.
but he also shot a buck that was still in velvet. Like it still has the velvet
Yeah.
on it, but it grew normal size, but it still had the velvet on it, which they usually shed their velvet before the season.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. That's crazy. Trans deer.
All right,
Progressive.
I'm getting another beer after that one.
Yeah,
Next
I did not expect to be drinking on a Sunday. It's God's day, and I'm fucking slugging.
Hey, listen, he drank wine. We can drink too.
Hey,
That's true. I did not expect to not hear what Dante would eat as the one food for the rest
Oh
of his
shit!
life.
Did you say yours, Cole?
Yeah, steak.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you did
why we're
say
talking about
steak.
deers.
What did you say? Oh, yeah, you
I haven't
did.
said anything yet. Ooh.
Quarter pounder.
Honestly, McDonald's. I like chicken. Chicken's pretty good. You can do a lot of different things with chicken.
So versatile.
Yeah, I'd say chicken.
But does that limit you to like? Can you make a chicken pasta? Can you make?
Well, it wouldn't be probably couldn't have noodles. I would do like fried chicken, baked chicken, grilled chicken.
Air fried chicken?
Yeah, fucking
Just chicken? Though?
Chicken wings.
barbecue chicken, chicken wings, boneless wings, blazing wings.
Oof. Apparently, that wasn't good for you guys.
It was not.
That was bad.
When does that come out?
Next Monday.
Yeah, so not tomorrow, but the following Monday.
So that'll come out before this episode. So go into it.
Dude, we
I can
just
still taste them, bro.
yeah, we ordered just 15 boneless wings from B-Dubs, got the blazing knockout sauce. Picked them up, picked up some milk and some ice cream, and we just wanted to we had some topics we wanted to talk about, and
Tried to rip an entire podcast
yeah.
with setting a timer, and every 3 minutes we had to eat another wing.
Ooh.
So instead of just taking them all down and hurting real bad at first, it was every 3 minutes you just got your throat assassinated.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Well, I'm
bro.
glad that I don't have any jalapenos ready for you guys or habanero peppers because I'm going to start maybe doing that on my in-person episode. Be like, all right, here's a jalapeno from my garden. Those
yeah.
jalapenos, they're nothing crazy, and I love spicy food, but I ate one. The first one I tried, I was walking around the corner of the house after I just picked it and was walking around, and I just took a bite of it, and I started coughing. Sierra's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "This is wow, like
Super
that's
hot.
hot." And she was like, "I've never seen you cough with a jalapeno." And I was like, "That one got me."
Yeah, these wings were 350,000 on the Scoville meter, which is 60 times spicier than a store-bought jalapeno.
Fuck that.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty brutal. If we didn't have dude, the ice cream saved my
Yes.
life, and I know it's probably helped you a lot too. But I was fucking ripping that ice cream, bro.
Bro, I drank at least 80 ounces of milk. 80 ounces. That's like over half a gallon. Bro.
Yeah.
That's
It was
mad.
jogging milk, like almost throwing up too. It's so funny.
I was drinking ranch out of the cup. It was disgusting, bro.
You guys didn't dip them in anything. It was just straight.
No,
up.
we
had to.
dipped some. We dipped some towards it, but the first like 2 or 3, we went no ranch.
We went raw.
Oof.
It was gross. It doesn't even like make your mouth hot though. Like makes your throat hot
Yeah.
to the point where you gag.
See, that's the thing about the jalapenos that I have. They just make like you feel it in your lips
Yeah,
and your
which is
like
what you
tongue.
want.
But that like when it's in your throat, you're just like,
And dude, the most fucked up thing about it, that was the first meal I ate that yesterday.
well, that's where you get fucked
It
up.
was like first meal, just blazing wings.
The night before we finished a bottle of vodka straight, no chaser, just drinking it out the bottle back and forth. And then Donnie went home, went to sleep, came back to my place within 8 hours, and we immediately ate hot wings.
Yeah.
That's tough.
If you can't tell, we have great nutrition plans over here, bro. Sweaty team beats us like fucking champs, bro.
It's all worth it for the content.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that'll be out in it. We didn't say shit. I mean, it was so
Yeah,
hard to even
dude,
get
like,
sentences
yeah.
out.
Like we're gonna have to rewatch it. Like I don't think we would podcast wise, like content wise. I don't know if we got a lot, but our reactions will be like funny. Like that'll be the whole purpose. But we really did not say shit.
There was like certain syllables that would just destroy my mouth, like an H or anything like that. I would gag so hard. It was awful. Yeah,
Have you
don't
guys
try
had
that.
another guest on yet?
Oh, we're about to drop an episode tomorrow with Mason.
It'll be out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mason's episode is going to be out Monday. So. He was a hoot and
Dude, it was so funny. But we got to tell you this story, I guess. You'll see it on the episode, but dude.
Oh my god.
Well, so some badass little kids or something, like we do the sauna. Oh yeah, you fucking were on the episode, duh. That sauna, someone went into the sauna, opened a whole thing of fucking baby powder and sprayed it everywhere.
Absolutely, LeBron chalk tossed it and across the entire sauna.
Why?
Yeah.
Every bench, all the
Exactly.
floors, every tile, it was completely coated. We walked in, there was a trail of boot marks from the sauna to the front door because somebody had just walked straight through it. Vandalized the sauna, completely messed it up. They were eating Skittles and mints and food, smearing food on the walls, dropped Skittles and shit in there and stepped on them and got them stuck, right? So I'm like, Donnie, we're going to have a guest on today. We got to go clean out the sauna. Like, this is going to be a project.
Hands and knees, like toothbrush cleaning that bitch.
Yeah, like
bro.
ugly stepchild, like getting told what to do, doing my chores type shit. Walk into the bathroom. Walk into the bathroom. As soon as we walk in, Donnie turns around, looks me in the eyes. Hey, bro, it smells like shit in here. I laugh super hard and point to him and point towards the stall. And there's a guy in there taking a shit. I'm like, oh my God. So we're trying to stay
Smells so bad, bro.
We're trying to stay focused and do our job here, but there's a guy in there taking an absolute nuke town of a dookie, letting that thing fly on the porcelain throne, right? We get to cleaning, we're scraping, whatever. I go back to grab some paper towels to wipe off the benches. I come back, and there's a freaking pair of Levi's blue jeans hanging off the damn coat hook on the front wall of the stall underneath the door where I can see him. So Buddy was in there, Oppenheimer, battling World War II demons, and had to take off his damn Wranglers and hang them on the door. So I tapped Donnie on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, bro's in there. Had shitting so bad he had to take his jeans off and hang them on the door. So loud as hell, Donnie's like, "You in there fighting demons, big fella?" So this is, by the time this has happened, we're still here scraping the sauna, absolutely going crazy trying to clean it up. Bro has courtesy flush probably 7 times.
At least he did that.
Yeah, but did not help at all. We're in there cleaning. I see Buddy get out, and he walks to the trash can, this little kick door trash can. Hear it open, hear it close. Then he walks back in the stall. I'm like, what the hell? Flushes the toilet a few more times. Then he leaves. And I go to throw the paper towels away that we cleaned it with. And there's just a fresh pair of Walmart Hanes boxers sitting in the trash can. So Buddy dookied so hard, used so much toilet paper that there was none left. And he needed one last final wipe. And he had to sacrifice his freaking drawers.
Damn.
And he threw them right into the trash can. And then we were like, that's crazy. We need to investigate what happened in here. Like, is this toilet in one piece? And there was just shit all over the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How did Mason do with the ice bath?
Oh my
I gotta
god.
ask.
Well,
'cause I wanna stay.
it was really hot that day, so a lot of the ice melted by the time we were back, which sucks. But
You're still the champ though.
yeah, you're definitely still the champ.
Did he dunk his head?
We
Yeah,
made him do a challenge. We did a new version. You'll see it on there called Spell or Dunk. We gave him 3 words to spell. And if you misspelled them, every time you miss one, you got to dunk for 5 seconds. And we asked him to spell
Good thing. 10 seconds is actually a really long
Yeah,
time
it is.
underwater.
Well, he missed them all. We had to go 10 seconds. But we asked him to spell encyclopedia. We asked him to spell encyclopedia, and he started off. He said, I said, nope, 5 seconds.
I was like, I never fucking spelled it.
Missed it
Come on,
all.
I at least know with an E.
Mason, though. Great guest. Cole's still the cold plunge champion. Absolutely took it like a champ. Almost.
You just gotta shit yourself while you're in there and you're good.
Oh yeah,
This was so funny, bro.
during the editing process of that video, Cole, I thought we were gonna have to like scrap a bunch of that because you didn't react, and I'm like, it didn't do anything.
There's
like, it's not
reactions that you have to see my face because
Yeah.
it's one of the. Oh,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
all right.
but you were
Get yourself together.
too much of a champ in there, man. I didn't know what to do. we got some good ones from Mason. He was a new shimmy.
Definitely tune in.
Oh, by the end of the ice bath, I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting there like shaking. Like I was like, I'm good, but I feel fine, but I'm just sitting there like I can't control the shaking. But all right, next question, and Jake, you're starting this one off.
Can't wait.
Career. What is the greatest accomplishment of your career?
What's the greatest accomplishment of my career? At this point in my career right now, the greatest accomplishment is not quitting yet and not giving up. Because every day of having to grind through that, and if you're a trainer out there, you know how it goes. You got clients that don't listen to you. You got clients that don't follow program. You got clients that don't follow diets. You got people that don't make their marks, and then they come to you like, why aren't I seeing results? And it is so frustrating, bro. And then to pick up content creation on multiple ends, to do ventures, things like Sweaty, picking all that up with no backbone, no freaking buddy to report to except for the man JP Fitness himself. My greatest accomplishment is not giving up what I was doing right now, quitting and going back to work at fucking Plato's Closet and folding people's clothes for money, bro. The fact that I'm still day after day getting for it, that's all I need right now. So getting up still makes me happy to do what I do and share the good things with people, but this shit be frustrating. So the fact that I'm still here, greatest accomplishment.
I love that, because that was an off the wall type answer in a way. Like, that's not the typical type of thing. Like, everybody would kind of point out a thing like, oh, I accomplished this, I did this, I was the highest paid employee, whatever. Because your clients are essentially similar to like employees.
Right, yeah. They're always my brand, part of the business. Yes.
You have employees that don't listen to what they're supposed to do. You have employees that are supposed to do this and never get it done, or miss deadlines and that kind of stuff. And I'm sure it can be difficult. I'm sure it can be difficult dealing with that. Like, I'm giving you the tools, and then they're like, well, why is it not working? Because you're not using the tools that I'm giving you.
And we're still a team at the end of the day. Yes. They're still my people. There's still a decent amount of back and forth, but you know, I come from other roles of working in the workforce, of being a manager and having an actual team of employees under me. And that's where you spend all this time laying out like the path, the plan, the layout. What are we doing? How do we do it? Here's where your strong points are. Here's where your weak points are. Here's how we take advantage of that. Here's how we move in this direction based off the mistake that you made. And like, you are the mastermind behind everything. And you are the last priority. All of your other employees or all of your other clients are the priority. And it's like, it hurts to give everybody what they need to go succeed, and you see them not follow it because you're sacrificing from yourself so much to even lay that out for them in the first place, to eat shit on your end, to be like, I want to see you grow and succeed.
We got a few bikers in the neighborhood.
Yeah, knowing that at the end of the day, you're probably taking a chunk out of what you can do, or maybe I only got I'm losing a little bit of sleep here so I can train myself. Things like this, and just keeping that positive mentality to be there and be that glue guy for those people that need it. At the end of the day, it's like, that's still rewarding for when I see the people that do follow. So you got your ebbs and your flows and shit like that, but it is almost frustrating. Sometimes I do feel like I'm back at LA Fitness managing my teenage workforce, when they're not listening, and I got to call them because I saw them on the camera just sitting behind the counter on their phone watching TikToks instead of following the easiest plan I could have gave you.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, too, like, sometimes the hardest thing, too, is, like, you have those people that don't follow, and you're giving them the plan. How do you deal with that? There's nights you don't sleep. There's nights you lose a lot of sleep. How do you deal with that being a business owner, of the aspect of you have to put in a lot more time than your clients are essentially putting in?
You got to flip it, because everybody who gets training or does a service and has somebody, like, even if it's you getting a tattoo from your tattoo artist, anybody in the service industry, when you are the client, unless you've been around them a lot, you kind of have a blindness to the entire scenario. And a lot of people feel like they are your only client, or they're the only person. You're their only session for the day. You're their only tattoo.
Oh, I get that. The pool industry.
Yeah.
Every person's like, why are you not here?
Yeah.
Well, we're finishing up a job.
Right.
You weren't supposed to start until April.
Right. So then you have to flip that, and I'm very transparent with my people, and I get a lot of, I had this come up today. This came up today. Can I reschedule? Can I be there an hour from now? This thing happened, and I'm like, hey, listen, if you signed up to get a trainer, and if it was a priority to you, you would make it a priority. You're letting other things become a priority in your life, and that's where I see people's eyes kind of light up of like, oh shit, this guy's not just going to tell me how to do a bench press. This man is trying to also tell me how to live. So that's why I feel like I get a lot of retention with my people too, because I got people that have been with me since I started, and probably, wasn't giving the best services because I've always been there on the back end of like, how can I also give you something that you're going to carry over into your workforce, into your life, your relationship, and your daily day-to-day things like that. You got to give them that extra.
So as a trainer, you feel like you're a life coach as well.
I feel like, if I was a hairstylist, I'd be a life coach as well. If I was a bus driver, I'd be a life coach as well. If you're hiring me to be a part of your life, I'm responsible that you become better from it.
Right.
And I wouldn't be proud of myself if I didn't deliver that to you, because that's kind of how I get down.
I think that's one of the biggest things, no matter what industry you're in. I'm sure you see it in your industry as well. You're talking to people, when you're talking to them, it's not just about, like, when you try to build that personal connection with them, you're not just teaching them about whatever it is that you're doing in your industry. You're
Right.
teaching them about life skills, life things that you can take. My boss, I give him a lot of credit because there's a lot of things that, like, he talks about, and whether it's, there's times we forget things on the job, we'll show up and he's like, why do you guys not have this? Like, this is something that needs to be here every day, or this is something that needs to be on a truck on these days. And it's like, he's not just, and Sev taught us football, but he taught us life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Like, whether a lot of people knock Sev as a coach, whatever, I don't care. Say what you want to about him as a coach, but I will always say that Sev taught me a lot more about life than I realized. And and sometimes it takes years to realize what people are telling you.
Yeah.
And I get that. But it is frustrating too, as the person that you go through it, you see it, you talk to people that have done it, and then you're like there and they're not listening to you, and you're like, I just really wish you would listen to me right now.
Yeah.
Relationship type stuff. I went through that relationship in high school, into college. I had a friend where he wasn't spending as much time with his family as he was spending more time with his girlfriend, not as much time with his family. He has a very similar family to me where we're very close, and like his family's starting to say things about it. I remember having a talk with him one day where I was like, dude, I'm not trying to tell you like break up with your girlfriend, because that's not necessarily what the answer is. But the thing is, you have to also realize some certain things, and he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen to you. It pisses you off, but it's like, I've been there, but we've all been in that situation where we're the person not listening
right.
to the advice that we're getting.
And then you recognize it 5 years later.
Yes, and you're like,
hits
damn,
you.
he was fucking right.
Well,
Like,
the difference is that a good leader leads people, not personnel.
yes.
You want to
Ooh,
reach.
I like that.
Like that, I just made that up. You'll lead a person. You will not lead the personnel of an employee. You want to find that person, improve that person, and take them to a new height. You don't want to find like, oh, here's employee XYZ. I just want to get them to do their job. Like you're going to connect on a level that needs to impact them to a point where it can be related to every aspect of everything that they do. My situation makes that a little bit easier because, health and fitness is very transferable to how you kind of attack everything else in life, and you can make that a staple. But like that is something that I love to do analogies about things like that. And I'm like, I have these people that work so hard, and every day they're grinding out their jobs until the wee hours of the nighttime. And I'm like, listen, I understand you have a job to do, but if you prioritized all this extra work that you do for your job and put that kind of work into what you're saying your goals are, you'd be miles above where you even are. You're just a little bit backwards. And that's where my job gets fun. It's like, okay, can I tell that person this straight up, or do I have to sugarcoat this to tell them that? Do I tell this guy to break up with his girlfriend, or do I beat around the bush a little bit? Like, if you're going to sign up to be a trainer, you're not signing up to show someone how to do exercise movements. You are signing up to lead people through their lives and how to build confidence and do new things every day.
I had a trainer in high school. My senior year of high school, I went to a trainer, and the one thing that I was surprisingly good at, I could not run a 40 worth of shit. My 40 was like a 4.8 max.
Oh, well, I just ran a 5.2.
So like my 40 is terrible, but I could run a shuttle, a 5.10.5, like quick as shit. I was one of the fastest kids on Ohio Wesleyan's team to run a shuttle. I won the competition usually. I think I won it 3 out of 4 years. I won it as a freshman even. But I had a trainer, and he brought up, like, after the week after we did our times, like our tests, like he timed everything. My 40 was terrible. Certain things, everything else was like pretty much terrible other than my 5.10.5. And I was like, fuck, man, I'm slow. I don't have any, like, I'm shit. And he could see I was down, but he brought up like NFL times and was like, you're faster than this guy ran at his pro day. This guy ran at his pro day, like all these. And I was like, holy shit. Giving that little bit of confidence, and it may be a little bit of sugar. Yeah, you struggle here, and here. but here's where you're good. And that builds that confidence of like, oh shit, I can do this. It makes you work harder towards those other things of being a little bit better at that.
Right.
Good coaches will do that, man, and they know how to work differently with everybody. That's really, really hard. And we've been coached since we were kids in all kinds of sports. It would, like, when you have a bad coach, but we didn't realize how good some of them were.
Yes.
Until later, like, oh man, that dude was spitting. He dropped some knowledge on me. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, my college coach, Coach DR, defensive coordinator. I've never had a coach critique me so much in my entire life. But it was very similar to the Seb type of the rewind. You fucked up, rewind. All right, you fucked up again. All right, let's watch it again.
Yeah.
But he would do that kind of stuff, and it was like, before he even, like, you'd watch the play, and he'd literally pause it and say, Nixon, what'd you do wrong? But he wouldn't look at you. He'd be sitting in the front row of the classroom that we watch film in. And he'd be like, Nixon, what'd you do wrong? And you'd be like, oh, I thought that was a good play. So, like, in the back of your head, you're like, fuck, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And you're like, didn't hold outside contain. And he's like, no, you held outside contain well. You did this wrong. And you're like, shit. And it wasn't him trying to, like, break you down. It was him trying to be like, you had a great play. And I know you had a great play. Here's your improvement to make it an excellent play.
Right.
And I'm sure, like, you see it because, like, we all have, you talked about the sugarcoating thing. I always ask the coaches, like, do you have to coach players differently? And that's one of the hardest things that a lot of coaches talk about is, the players that you can be like, you're being a bitch, figure it out. Or the players like, hey, this is what you should do potentially to make yourself a little bit better. How is that in your aspect of things?
I mean, every coach has a style. Every coach has a style that they follow and something that they prefer to do. My style is very straightforward. Don't lie to you. Give it to you straight up. I say, hey, your ass is weak. Your hips are weak. You're not pulling here. You're not bracing there. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. And I have clients who are very receptive. They'll look me right back. Okay, I'm working on that. I got it next rep. Boom, we fix it. We go in. That's how we do it. Let's fix it. Good. That was good. And then you got other people who do not respond well to that. So my style is very transparent, very straightforward. But then you just know that if you approach somebody who is not receptive to that, they're going to fall off the rails. So who am I as a coach to be like, I only coach this way. I'm not changing it. My coaching is my coaching. If you don't like it, get the hell out of here. Well, who am I to even say that at any level, to have any kind of approach that, like, if you don't like it this way, right? Because not everybody's the same. Why would I coach everybody the same? So you have to have a feeling out process. And there's some tough environments where it's like, hey, I'm going to approach you this way. It doesn't work out that way. You push back, you fall apart. We build you back up.
Yep.
Like, this is where it becomes, we're building characters and people and souls and feelings and emotions. We're not just building muscle. This is a very, very different thing that we have to deal with every day. I mean, I have had people break down and cry during their session, and they're just like, I cannot get this. I cannot finish this, and this. Okay, right now you're at your lowest. Let's build you back up and then build your confidence with me at the same time. You might be broken right now, but we're going to take you to a spot where it's something that you can handle. So I think it's interesting that I didn't know I was getting into that when I first started in the job, but, like, I think that's one of the more rewarding aspects. So it's really case by case. It sounds stressful as fuck, but, like, that's what you got to do, dude. That's what you got to do. Any good leader will be adaptive towards their team, being receptive to what they're giving them, because everybody had that teacher, that coach, that authority figure that just gave it to you how they wanted to and could not change it, whether that was your style or not, and you were just like, big middle finger to you, like, yeah. and then you stop listening, and it's just not good for anybody in the system.
I 100% get the case by case because every guest is 100% different.
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting with Dante. I know what I'm getting with you now.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm getting with Scott. I know what I'm getting with every, like, guest that have reappeared. But, like, you do have those people that you don't know at all. Right. You have to figure it out essentially on the fly.
Right.
Dante, what is your greatest accomplishment of your career?
Career-wise, like job-wise? That's what it means?
Anything. Whatever
so
you consider your career.
I'll be honest. You want me to give mine? Because mine's off. Not necessarily, like, my podcast is not my career. My career is pools and patios. But my greatest accomplishment, and it hasn't happened yet, but it'll happen after this episode, is the volleyball tournament. Just being able to set up an event, hopefully run an event well, hopefully, and just be able to do all that. That is one of my, it's been very stressful. and to do is just there's been a lot of things that I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do this, but I'll figure it out. That's probably at this point my greatest accomplishment. I'm going to say in life.
Wow. Okay. So life. Oh man, yeah. I don't know, man.
While you're thinking, Donnie, why are you so worried about running it well? Because people have signed up. People want to do it because you're a part of it. They've done the thing. They'll be there. We'll be there. We're going to have fun. Advice to you is just let it go.
All right, right there. It was the fun part. I want people to have fun.
Yeah.
Yes, they signed up, but I want them to enjoy themselves. I don't want them to be like, damn, this sucked. I don't want to ever do this again.
Yeah. But at the same time, when that's done, everybody that shows up to that volleyball tournament could have the worst night of their entire life, but you're going to still come here, right here, and keep doing your thing. And it's not going to change you, and it's not going to change who you are as a person. And we have fun everywhere we go, so it's not going to matter.
Well, I'll be honest. This is hopefully the plan is to make this an annual thing. So, but the thing is like, there's going to be things this year because it's the first time I've ever done anything like this
that are going to suck.
There's going to be kinks,
so don't worry about it.
But that's the thing I keep thinking about. Like, I know there's going to be kinks. Fix it next year.
Yeah, right.
And there's going to be a kink every year, but fix it. And just continue to improve.
Yeah, if you're planning to have it be a repetitive thing, don't sit here and shaking your boots like all the days coming up to it to be like, this has to be perfect. That's like when we posted our first YouTube video. We're like, man, name me your favorite creator that blew up off their first video. No one has a name because that doesn't happen. So it's like, make it the thing that you're like kind of proud of to do. And then when you put it out to the world, whenever, it goes live at Newark Station or you press publish on YouTube, you sit back, fucking knuckle up to the person that you made it with or whoever you collab with to do it. And here we go. Just let it ride, bro. Don't worry about it. All right. That's enough time for you to think. What do you got?
I mean, honestly, I would say like greatest accomplishment of like career. If we're going life, I'd probably just say like graduating college. A lot. I mean, like that was like my goal from. I mean, when I was in like grade school, bro. Like I always knew that I could do it, but like the first one in my immediate family, I guess, like at least household wise, to do it. So it was like super rewarding. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't. Like career wise, I definitely don't have a greatest accomplishment yet. I could say being like one of the youngest people to be in the position I'm currently in. But I'm not where I want to be, so I wouldn't call it an accomplishment. I don't know. I'm super critical myself, so I would say, yeah, graduating college was a huge step. Super proud of that. I probably didn't I'm looking back on it now. I'm like really proud of myself, but when I was like in there, like walking across the stage, I was like, that's nothing crazy, but like,
I was too fucking hungover.
Dude, I was hungover as fuck. Dude.
Let me ask you a follow-up question about that too. Like, why does it sound like, yeah, I know you're proud of it because that's super cool, but like, why does it sound like you're not really that invested in it?
You're almost downplaying.
Yeah. Does it sound like, because do you want more, or do you think there's other shit that you could do? Do you think like that's just what you've done now? Because like in your tone, if that was your greatest accomplishment, like this is what I fucking did. I did walk across that stage and I did put my balls on the fucking stage. Like I did this. Where's that tone come from? Do you think there's more, or do you think it's not that good? Elaborate on that.
I think it's more or less just kind of like it wasn't what I had in mind. I went into college like wanting to be a doctor. Like I wanted to be a doctor from fucking early high school days, bro. And like I wanted to major in chemistry. I wanted to go to fucking med school, and then that just didn't happen. And I feel like maybe that's where the tone's coming from, to where like I feel like I kind of let myself down a little bit. But no, I mean like life choice wise, I know I didn't want to be in school for another 20 years or 10, 15 years, So like I did it what was best for me, but also just in the back of my head, I'm like, you didn't actually reach your goal, I guess.
So you don't have to make it your answer, but I'd like to change your answer to your greatest accomplishment being saying you want to do something and then going to do it. So when you told me you want to get back into working out and getting back in the gym and then you did it, I think that's your greatest accomplishment because you decided this is what I want. I'm going to do it no matter what anybody says.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would agree there because, for a while I was just sitting on my ass. And then I remember the day that I just like, I either DM'd you or texted you, bro.
Dude, we have been texting for a long fucking time about we need to get back in the gym.
Yeah.
We need to get back in the gym.
All you gotta do is send that text to a motherfucker that's about it. I'll get you in there, G. We'll get going.
The problem is both of us were in the same aspect of, yes, we need to do this, but I don't have the motivation to do it.
Right.
And you have that motivation of like, all right, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Let's get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. No, Jake definitely. I mean, all the gains I've had thus far and moving forward, it's all JP Fitness, bro. Because I go to the gym by myself now, but like I needed him to like kick my ass first to really get back
your ass in gear.
Yeah, literally, like snap me and like get this shit, man.
But that's an accomplishment, man. Saying I want this and then going out and getting the fucker, and whether that's just starting the journey to go get everything you want out of it, or even just starting, that's something to hang your hat on.
Right.
I think that's a good one. That's where you should be, because if I have to hear you explain that college story one more time and sound like a sad sap about it, it hurt my heart.
It was very like,
Put your chest out there, dude. You showed off.
But here's the thing. I want you to understand too. I was going into like college with the computer science. That's what I wanted to do. It's normal for people to change.
Right.
You have to adapt and change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you did. Yes, it wasn't exactly what you wanted, but it is still an accomplishment. Maybe it's not the greatest accomplishment, but it is still an accomplishment because fuck, I'd have never made it through college without sports.
Right.
Well, 100%. You made it through college with half sports, half no sports. That's impressive, because if I'd have quit playing football, I would have never made it through college. I'd have never gone to class. I'd just been like, fuck this, man, I'm gonna party.
Right.
And all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, I got F's in every class.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a huge accomplishment.
I went through that spell, so it's normal.
I don't know. I'm like I said, super critical of myself. So every time I think about it, I'm just like, damn, man, you didn't achieve your original objective, but I mean, you got the job done.
What I also think about with the super critical of myself, I think that's a good thing, because I think we're all super critical of ourselves, because we also realize we haven't met our greatest accomplishment yet.
Right.
It's still to come. We're going to continue to, we're only what, 24?
Yeah.
We all 24?
Yeah.
So
A little weird.
there's only great things to come. Like, we have a lot more life to live, a lot more accomplishments to achieve. So there's only a lot more, but that's the thing, that people get stuck because they also sit there and be like, oh, I met my greatest accomplishment. I'm done. I'm good.
That's so whack, though. Like, why would you not find another one?
Exactly.
Go find a different thing that you want to accomplish and go feel that again. Go chase that again. As soon as you find something and just give up, what are you going to do? Just be done? I did this. I'm done. Where do you go from there?
It's like, yeah, I got this promotion. I'm where I wanted to be.
Right.
All right, what's the next promotion?
Yeah.
What's the next one? Like, and it's not saying like there's always more to be within everything in every aspect of life.
Yeah. And if somehow you end up being the greatest thing that's ever existed in that category, go find a new one.
Exactly.
And keep pursuing that. That's how you want it to be.
You really
truthfully.
think Tom Brady stopped practicing when he won 7 Super Bowl rings
No,
or whatever it
it's
was?
the opposite. The guys at the highest level of all of these games and industries are the ones practicing the most, because they want to continue bettering their craft. If you continue to go through something without the thirst of knowledge to improve what you're going through, you shouldn't be in that thing anyway. And that's why I was saying things like you finding what you want to do and then going to get it is an even better version of accomplishing something than just getting something done that might not be 100%. So I don't think, you say greatest accomplishment, it has to end up being something huge and grandiose and something special, which it is. Graduating college, I didn't make it 7 days of college. So.
Dude, you know what? My parents probably would, I willing to put money on this. If they said, if I asked my parents, what is your greatest accomplishment? They'd be like, raising 4 kids and having them have a strong relationship together.
Yeah. Which is fire. That is sick.
That's not something that everybody would be like, oh, like a lot of people would automatically go to, I made this much money, or I started this business and I did this. And it's like, that wasn't even about them. Like,
no, you define your success. You define what success is to you. So go find the thing that challenges you from the inside out to go get it. And that's probably a goal they had for a long time, is I want to build a foundation of a family that is strong at its core, based in us and our strong relationship and what they have there. And like, they might tell somebody that and they're like, yeah, but what'd you make at your job this year? Motherfucker, who's really happy here? Like,
listen, we made less than $100,000 this year and supported 4 kids to deal with it. So
we were fucking sick at it, motherfucker. What do you want?
No, I'm honestly just really impressed that we continued the podcast while Dante went and took a piss.
Nah, bro, no hiccups here. We keep it rolling.
What about you, Cole? What's your greatest accomplishment? Oh no, you already
Oh, you
said that. You said
yeah.
volleyball.
Volleyball
The volleyball tournament.
These fucking Miller Lights are talking to me.
I tell you
All
what.
right, last question.
Yeah.
Sports and athleticism. Another one from Reno. So it's a good one.
Shit, Reno.
What professional sport, remember that, professional sport requires the most amount of full athleticism, and what sport requires the least?
Full athleticism is the specific?
Yep.
Okay.
Full athleticism.
The most athletic sport, athlete being every aspect of athleticism, in my mind, is being a center in the NFL. I think they're the most athletic guys you can find because they're fucking huge, strong, fast,
Smart.
quick feet, agile. The leaders of the biggest guys on the entire field, very smart. I would have to say full athleticism wise, because you could say like, a track runner is probably super, super athletic, but they move one direction.
Yeah,
they move
if
A to B
you
one
put them in a
direction.
football aspect or even a volleyball aspect, like where you have to change directions,
Yeah.
it's like they fall apart.
Yeah, and most people see like centers as like big, fat, burly, whatever. But you got to have the best hand-eye coordination. You got to have the hand-eye coordination of an esports gamer to get that ball between your legs, pop them both up, and take your step in the direction the play's going. You're leading the line. You're setting the pass protection, everything like that. So your hands got to be quick. Your feet got to be quick. You got to be strong. You have to have the core of a power lifter. You have to have the leg drive of or the Jesus Christ, I'm getting shot. You got to have the stability of a swimmer, and you got to have the leg drive of a sprinter, all in not one direction, but all at one time. That's my answer. A center in the NFL.
Most athletic.
What about least?
Least.
Oh, I gotta say least athletic.
Too. Yeah.
He has both.
Oh, okay. Least athletic in all professional sports. What is it called? A netball defender. You ever seen netball?
No.
Fuck is netball?
Netball is basketball without the backboards, and you can't play defense or touch anybody, and you can't dribble, and you can't take a step. So it's pass to pass. And there's a defender who's kind of like the goalie, and she can't go with the outside of like a 3 square foot range of the net. And all she does is stand there, stay in her square, and if somebody's shooting, she has to go put her hand in the air like she's defending. But there's nothing else that you can do. Maybe she jumps in the air to grab a rebound, so that she only needs to move one physical direction, and it's not very far. He or she, I think I've only ever seen women's netball for some reason. Irene Van Dyke is the best women's netball player of all time. That's the only reason. I've only watched women's netball.
I might start betting on netball.
I wish you could. I don't know where it's at. It's only in the Olympics, but I would say a netball defender.
Okay. You want to go next, Cole, or you want me to go?
Sorry, you guys didn't know what that was.
There's a lot of professional sports that people do not realize.
Yes, very.
My actually least, I'm going to start with my least. My least athletic is professional bowlers.
Okay.
Because it's more talent, you think? It's more skill, technique than athleticism?
When it comes to, it's talent. But when it comes to like athleticism, they don't, I feel like, have any.
Yeah. I don't know. Because there's a muscle memory that comes to the throw. There is something very specific that you have to train to get it down to make your body do that one thing, but it is only that one thing.
Yeah.
So then you start adding up how specific of a movement creates something athletic. Like, is throwing that, because they be throwing them 25, 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. That is fair.
But that's all they do, and it's a very limited thing. I like that answer.
Because, like, it's the same thing. Like, if you had to move side to side
Mm-hmm.
and do athletic actual capabilities, because, like, when I think of athleticism,
That's true. It's 3 steps
straight
and throw.
speed, straight, like, hands, like, is just moving side to side. Like,
Agility.
those things all come into play.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like a bowler is the least athletic. Don't get me wrong. They're very good at what the fuck they do.
That's true.
Because I cannot bowl a 300, but they probably can.
I can't bowl a 100.
Me neither. But I think a bowler's the least athletic. Most athletic, I'm going to go with... I'm going to continue with the football aspect, but I'm going to go with a running back.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that usually the agility's there. They have to be able to, most of the time, run routes as well. And potentially throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they got a little bit of everything in them. So I'm going to go with a running back in the NFL.
Okay. I would say least athletic. I'd probably say, esports gamers.
That's very true.
Actually, fair enough. I never thought of that.
That's very true.
Yeah, you don't have to be athletic at all to be good at a video game. Most athletic.
So true. I mean, just so true.
Yeah.
There's no hiding behind that.
Most athletic, I would say. I mean, it might be a hot take. Maybe like WWE wrestlers, bro. Because like,
Why? I need to know the why.
I mean,
Just
dude,
the
like
damage you have to
the
take.
damage you have to take, the pure athleticism, bro. Like, I mean, Logan Paul was, I think he played football in high school. He was a state qualifier wrestling.
Mhm.
Like, dude, everybody who wrestles in the WWE is definitely a former athlete. And the fact that you can like off the top ropes, do front flips, land on someone, fucking jump through tables, fucking ladders, shit like that. Like, dude,
but
that's
not actually like fuck anybody up.
Yeah.
well, dude, no, but like, bro, like they get fucked up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, like,
oh yeah, I listened to a podcast one time, and she was I forget her name, but she was a WWE wrestler, and she was like, it was weird because like you take the falls, like, but you still get hit.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You still take.
you get
the
fucked up.
shots.
You don't get punched in the face like that shit. But like, dude, jumping off the top ropes into a ladder, like,
They be flipping up
yeah,
there.
Logan
They be
Paul
moving.
posted a picture of him like after his Money in the Bank match or whatever, bro, and his back is absolutely fucked, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just from like he like did like a swan dive onto someone on a ladder, but like. That like you have to be a pure athlete to do that. Now that might not be the best answer. Like yes, football players,
No, but they're
fantastic,
doing fucking backflips.
Yeah.
And fucking doing
Yeah,
they're
they're like
doing
high
crazy
divers up
shit.
there.
right?
And they're throwing other humans.
Yeah, dude.
Shit
No,
like
like you
that.
got to be a pure athlete to be a WWE wrestler. Like a lot of people, oh, it's fake. Oh,
And
it's
kind of a dumbass.
yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
gotta be willing to take some shots.
Yeah.
It is fake, but it's still real at the
It's
same
still
time.
they're still competing, bro, and they're still doing shit that a lot of people can't do if they were like fresh off like faking something. You know?
I mean, it is the sport of being a stuntman.
yeah.
And a stuntman.
That's where I was gonna go. Is
Yeah.
like most athletic, not sport wise, but like
yeah.
stuntmans are fucking
It's the most
insane.
damaging, and they have to train their bodies to be able to withstand damage like
Yeah.
that, just like a boxer would, just like a wrestler would, just like a real wrestler. Like the way you have to be able to take damage and continue to move throughout your sport.
And I wouldn't say that all WWE wrestlers are like the most athletic, but I'm just talking like top tier, like just some like the WWE like Rey Mysterio, how he used to do that, like the 619, bro, like that takes athleticism,
Yeah,
bro.
and if you're a female WWE diva, you got to be sexy as fuck.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you got to look like a dime piece while you're getting your freaking behind whooped.
That is true.
Shout out to WWE. Let's have a cage match right now.
Literally to the death.
To the death. Why not? I like that answer.
I like it a lot. But that is a wrap on Q&A Friday number 10.
Yep.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
sweaty crew, for
Oh,
coming
God.
on.
Thanks for having
This
us
was a
on.
great time.
Sweaty/Roughnecks crew.
Yeah.
He's a secret agent. He's a double agent.
Double agent out here.
Where can people find and follow you guys on Instagram?
Hey, champ, you can follow us on Threads now, baby. Check us out on Threads at The Sweaty Show. Check us out on YouTube, The Sweaty Show. Instagram handle is The Sweaty Show. Check us out anywhere you can type in the word sweaty. Just
TikTok.
be careful.
TikTok, we got TikTok too.
Definitely ripping TikToks. Just don't type in only sweaty on TikTok because then a bunch of girls working out come up. Type in The Sweaty Show. Come find us. We're on all platforms, ripping content day after day.
Go follow them on Instagram and all the other socials. The links will be in the episode description. But you guys know the deal. Until Monday, life is hard and it's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let that bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you got something out of today's episode, it could be anything at all, then be sure to share it with a friend. Spread it around. And then go leave a rating and a review to let us know how we did. If you want your questions answered on the next Q&A Friday, then email them over to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com or message us on Instagram at roughneckspodcast or Facebook. But until next time, grab a bull by the horns, Roughnecks